results. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Are you seeing the telomeres here? Come here, look at the scope.
Dr. Ocasio's lab startup just discovered a gene therapy breakthrough.
The cells have already doubled.
He needs a fleet of research assistants before this breakthrough breaks them.
We need lab techs, research assistants.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Go into Ben Bridge and ask to speak to a bridge. They aren't there. Shane Company, no one named Shane there. Robbins Brothers has been owned by a VC firm for years. Jared, that name came from a focus group. Hi, Diamond Dave Cantor, the only wholesale fourth generation diamond importer, GI graduate that you can actually meet in person. At Desert Wholesale Diamond, I'm importing the diamonds, designing and coordinating the custom rings, and I'm here. Deal with a full-bore retail store. You're paying their huge overhead, their shareholder profit, and multiple mid-level managers. Buying a diamond is a major life moment purchase. You should be dealing with the source, and I'm it. We're in a professional office building to give you the one-on-one service a purchase like this deserves. I'm connected to the largest diamond cutters in the world, cutting out all the layers that add to the price of a diamond.
Call 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or follow Dave on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are supposed to be on the Fanatic text line, but it's broken. It has worked 10 minutes ago, and as of this moment, it is not working because, we were changing how we were going to do our text line, and evidently some people did not follow instructions at the company we're changing to, and now we have no text line. So that's going to take a few minutes to sort out, so I apologize for that. I don't know what other way we can do this. I guess tweet us, I guess. How do other people handle this sort of thing?
The Twitter is probably the best option, right? Like you can. It's going to be more chaotic to read, though, is the thing.
It's a horrible place. Filled with horrible people. And I don't care for Twitter. It's a mess. Twitter's a mess. But if that's what we got to do today, that might be what we have to do today. So sorry for the inconvenience. And Randy's here. He's just trying to get his phone thing set up because this is turning out to be one of them weird days. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be one of them weird days. So sorry, everybody. I don't even know what to tell you. You know, you get the show free of charge. So if there's a day like this, then that's that's your problem. 888-3. Why am I even doing that?
Have it.
I guess we could take calls. We've never ever done that before. We've always had a text line before, and I guess if we wanted to take calls, we could take calls, but. I don't know if I like that idea.
Could, yeah.
All right, let's just get the show started, and we'll see where it goes from there. And is Randy okay in there? He doesn't even have his headphones on yet. Yeah, he had to go, find the phone holder thing, and it's been an entire process. Mm-hmm. That's my fault because I put the phone holder over there so nobody'd mess with it, and I forgot to tell him I put it there. So. Anyways, eventually he'll put his damn headphones on and we can start doing the show.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, Randy,
Can
the
you
show's
hear me,
already
Keon?
started. The
Hello?
show is already
How
started.
close are we to being on the air?
We're like 3 minutes into this piece of crap.
What's that?
That's what we're here. We're already on, Randy.
Oh.
It's already on the air.
Sorry.
So we don't have a text line today because, like I was just telling everybody 10 minutes ago, some idiot canceled it. And it was supposed to be a smooth transition that nobody would ever notice. But the new company who's about to get an earful from me it blew it. So, okay. Anyways, I guess let's just start the show the way we would. Now, of course, we're going to talk about Monday Night Football in a minute. I just figured there's so much to talk about in Monday Night Football that we might as well get some things out of the way first.
Okay.
Because I got like 20 pages. There's so much stuff that happened just last night. It was a good game, though. You got to admit that was a good game.
It was a fun game. Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
I enjoyed it because I don't care about either team.
Mm.
Randy, it looked pretty good for you to win your fantasy football game.
No, it didn't.
Until it didn't.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that here in a little bit. So today, it turns out today is 3 national days.
Okay. National No Text Line Day.
Right. Okay. 4.
National
4 text,
National Hidden Phone Camera Holder
5.
Day. Yeah.
There's 5 those things.
Yeah.
But I don't know if these are related or unrelated. Today is National Coming Out Day. National Face Your Fears Day. And National Sausage Pizza Day. They could all be related or they could be completely unrelated. But all those could result in your being at home on the couch sitting on a big bag of ice. If you do it right. I'm just saying. Each one of those could result in that if you think about it. So, but whatever day you want to observe, well, yeah, there it is. It's your day, cowboy.
See. Sausage Pizza Day.
You like sausage pizza?
Yeah, I like sausage pizza. Yeah, I'm
Do
good.
you have
with
any
that.
fears you feel like you need to face?
Only you when you're angry. That's the only fear I have.
They had the pleasure of hearing me on the phone with some support people. Yeah. Coming out day. Anybody need to come out for anything?
I went outside a couple of times, but other than
Why
that,
would you
no.
do that?
Well, I had to get to the car and go get some lunch and then come back.
Whatever your day is, that's your day.
I didn't have sausage. Maybe I should have had pizza today.
I like pepperoni and mushroom. I don't know about you, but there's every now and then sausage. That sausage is the only thing I've ever gotten like physically ill from while eating the pizza. But then again, I had 2 brats for lunch today, so that's kind of a sausage, right?
Yeah.
Does that qualify as a sausage?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, so those are today's days. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Let's do the awards for the week. For our NFL fan pick'em from Harmon Solar, Radio Ron had the most right of all of us with 11. He had 11 rights.
Spooky Ron's back.
Yeah. Ralph had 10, and the 3 of us, we all had 9. And Izzy had 10 from the morning show.
How about that?
And so did Big Steve. So somebody's copying off of somebody's paper, if you know what I mean. Of course, you could think we all copied off each other's papers.
Yeah,
too.
there's that.
We did not. Anyway, so
I don't even think we got the same 9 right.
Yeah, I probably got way better ones right than you guys.
How does that work?
Well, mine were just more quality correct.
You had
picks.
more quality wins than Keon and myself.
Yes. You guys' were like garbage.
Yeah.
But mine were perfect.
Okay.
In every aspect, yes.
The NFL Harmon Solar Fan Pick'em winner of the week is Bull Maniac 6. I don't know at 6, but Bull Maniac 6 had 13 correct picks. So there you go.
Very impressive.
He'll get himself a nice NFL jersey of his choosing, custom or player-wise, home or away or whatever you want. That's what he gets. Any size, any team. Bull Maniac gets that from Nick LaCapria. So now we're to the fantasy football. Just like with our football teams, I won my fantasy football, and the Colts won their game in week 5. You guys both lost your fantasy football games, and both your teams lost in week 5. Weird, huh?
Strange. At least I have a better record than my actual team. So
yeah,
not hard to do. Anyway, The high score of all the Daily Blender fantasy football leagues, Golden Nugget in League 10, 199.3 points. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Lowest score, I think now I have to go back and look again because I think Phil's Cowboys in League 12 checked out a long time ago. The funniest part about that is even with the lineup he left in place last week, he still got more points than somebody else. So I got to go back and throw this dude out of the league. And if anybody wants to fill a space of an 0-5 team and try to, revive it just for the fun of it, let me know. I got a guy on standby in email. I got to go back and find that and see if he wants to join up. But right now, though, Phil's Cowboys. Pretty sure that is a defunct team right there. All right, before we go anywhere else, let's talk about where we're at with the Major League Baseball, playoffs. I know that this afternoon, the Phillies took care of business against the Atlanta Braves. We had a close game, 7-6. And right now you got the Mariners on top of the Asterix, 7-3. And that does a heart good, doesn't it?
In Houston, by the way.
Yeah.
I love this.
The Mariners are the team I'm rooting for this postseason, so I'm excited.
Yeah, let's go Mariners.
Yeah, my pasty north western face is going to go ahead and hope for them to do well. But really, I'm just going to cheer against for anybody playing against the Yankees. Yeah, and it might be these guys.
It doesn't hurt that it's Houston too. The cheating thing. This is not the same team for the most part. Still haven't forgiven him for it though.
So, any chance the Guardians could get an upset there? Something there.
Well, they do have to play the game, so I would say that
don't give me that. Just tell me if you think they
possible.
can actually win.
I think they can.
All right.
Yeah, I think they can.
They can seriously pitch.
They are a scrappy team. They've got some good pitching. They've got some good relief. They've got guys that don't hit 2,700 home runs a season, but they'll grind out games for you. They'll hit doubles. They'll move guys around. They'll play baseball the way it used to be played instead of standing up there hitting 496-foot home runs.
And then they do have a guy that can hit homers in Jose Ramirez. So, in the event that they need a big bat, they can definitely turn to that in a pinch. So, yeah.
Well, I'd love to see the Guardians beat the Yankees. I'd love to see the Padres beat the Dodgers. I don't care what happens between the Phillies and the Braves, but I think that from some conversation, I still prefer the Braves in that one.
Well, Phillies are the betting favorite. I understand,
okay.
Which
well,
I don't quite understand that, but that's the information that I've seen.
Okay. Well, at this point, they are undefeated in postseason play. I mean, there's only been a few games, but still, it's a thing. So that's what's happening currently with the Major League Baseball playoff picture. It's weird not having text. I got to be honest. This is going good. This whole show is probably going to be done in an hour and a half.
Should we have them? Should we have the listeners of Fourth Dimension, a strong and mighty, hit the Twitter account?
Yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring it up on my computer here, on the TweetDeck thing. And if you want to message the show, I got to move this over. Should we have them just hashtag something more simple than the Daily Blender? Or is that, that's a lot to type. I don't know how this is supposed to work. How do you want to do that? What's the best way of doing it? Keon, you're young. How should we do this? Like hashtag 1580? And then they say they want to say, and I can just set up another thing here. Is anybody going to help me right now?
That could work. No, I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to type in the hashtag 1580 just to make sure that's not being used currently for something ridiculous.
Oh, who gives a damn if it is? Let's have fun with it.
Okay.
Let's crash that party. Add column.
Yeah, well, it looks
notifications.
Yeah, well, looks like it's open. So
I don't know how to. I forgot how I did this the first time to get this thing working. All right, hold on here. User? No. Search? No.
Mommy?
How do I add this? I don't know what I'm doing. Damn it. Okay, let's do hashtag 1580. Let's see. Okay. Add column. Let's see what happens. I don't know if that worked. No, it just gave me another one of me. Somebody tell me how I'm supposed to do this. I don't know what's happening. Crap. Okay, so it's not going to happen this moment. This is something that's probably better done during a break. But hey, if you do hashtag the Daily Blender, I'll see it pop up right here.
Yeah, I think the numbers are also throwing it off too.
What if I just change it right here? Ooh, hold on. 1580. Boom. 1580 utility trailers now hiring $20 to $40 an hour trailer technicians.
Damn.
You know, just in case someone needs a job. We're doing
$20 to $40 an hour. Nice.
That's
all right. So somebody
a lot of money
with the hashtag 1580, and let's see if that works. So, I mean,
I would, but I can't.
Why can't
using my phone for a camera?
That's all right. Keon's not doing anything. Go ahead, Keon. You can send it in. I ain't worried about it. Well, we're breaking everything just trying to do this. All right, so let's talk a little NBA then before we get to the NFL. We didn't get a chance to talk about this before, where LeBron James is saying he wants to buy. Yes, Keon, I see your tweet. So yes, it's working. If you put hashtag 1580, I will see it. Plus some Russian things too, which I think I can figure out what's what. Christoph says, Rebuka is the Luctro Paluera to exist 2.5 euro per Z. I don't think that was one of ours.
I don't think so either.
So LeBron wants to buy a team. He's got $1 billion of net worth, which is not the same as having $1 billion of cash. Also, an NBA team, I don't know about a startup, but I think an existing team is going to be in the $3 billion range. In fact, the Phoenix Suns, they're saying, are going to get a record sale price, even though it's kind of damaged goods. It's like really good damaged goods because they, have been in contention for a few years. But anyway, let's go back to LeBron, though. LeBron's going to have to be a part of a larger group of people to buy a team. So let me ask you, Keon, is it cheaper to start a team from scratch or buy one that exists?
Probably start one from scratch, because the team that exists is going to have a certain value. And then, when you go to buy the team, you may end up having to pay above market value because, the franchises tend to go on sale one at a time. There's high demand. So you're probably going to end up paying over market value, or whatever the team is valued at. You're going to end up paying a bit more than that just to acquire the team. If you have a team that is new, then I think, if I remember correctly, that would be sold by the league and not by the previous owners, because there are no previous owners. And so buying it from the league is just trying to get it in somebody's hands. They don't really, make sure that the person is obviously reputable and all that.
Don't act like they don't want money.
They do want money, but they're not trying to sell it for the same kind of profit that someone who has the team evaluated is going to try and sell the team for.
Yeah, it's like in NASCAR. You buy a charter. You're buying a new charter from the NBA. And from that charter, you now have rights and privileges to be a part of this basketball league. Is that about like the way it is? I mean, that's the way I understand it. You're buying a charter.
Essentially, yeah. That's not the same thing, but it kind of worked that way when the league sold the Pelicans. The league owned the team at the time, so there wasn't like this giant bidding war or anything like that. The league was just going to be like, hey, we're going to find some owners who are good, and we're just going to get.
Yeah, but the question that Jeffrey was asking.
Yeah. Hold on, I have to interrupt for a second. Yeah. I have been informed you can't just hashtag just numbers. So now,
that makes sense, because I typed it and I was like, why didn't it turn blue like most of the hashtags do?
Let's just use for today, and I don't care if other people are in this, hashtag Blender. Hashtag Blender to tweet the show. And so there you go. Because Boogie was like, you can't do that, man. So it's hashtag Blender. I'm sure it's probably going to hash into somebody else's stuff, because when I do, I see all sorts of artwork and weird Japanese anime, but I don't care. We're gonna hijack hashtag Blender just so we can give everybody their fix on this.
All right.
Hey, listen, I don't have all the answers here. I'm just trying to survive.
Adapt and move on.
That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to give everybody else a chance to I could probably use a test tweet though, if you could do that for me. I appreciate it. Hashtag Blender on the Twitterverse, since our text line is broken. So now I wonder what the actual price point is going to be, because it's not just Braun who wants his team in Vegas. They kind of need to do 2 new teams. If they're going to expand a team, they need to have 2 teams. I mean, you just can't have an odd number of teams, can you? So if you put a team in Vegas, do you then put a team in Seattle? Do you put a team? Where is a place that is ripe for the picking as far as a new NBA team goes?
Sorry, I was doing the test.
Fantastic.
I was doing a test tweet, sir.
No,
I was doing exactly what I was told to do, and I thought, what
I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at both of you. What the hell,
So-
Randy?
Well, I was trying to send a tweet to the Blender. This is
You know better
this
than
is
that.
an historic beginning to the Daily Blender, and I
It
wanted
takes
to
you
be on
4 days to tweet,
the.
though.
I'm still trying to figure out how to open up Twitter on my computer.
We're good. We're good.
I think to answer your question, I think probably what would happen is you would take a one of those CPA types, and they would come up with some sort of average cost of an NBA franchise. You could not
Right.
market it towards New York City, for example. You couldn't market it towards Los Angeles. It would have to be like, I think, an overall average, and then adjust for the market that it's going to, which would be Las Vegas. Now, would Las Vegas tend to trend more towards a big East Coast team or, West Coast team like Golden State or the Lakers? I don't know, because it is an entertainment capital. It is a glitzy place, but is that market big enough to be considered something that the new owners of a new NBA franchise would have to pay more for? I don't know, but I think the way it starts is they do like a market adjustment, like a market analysis of what an NBA franchise would be, and then they adjust from there.
Berg on the Twitter says hashtag Blender. Click on the latest to see the latest tweets, and also fire Big George.
There we go.
Boogie says, Jeffrey, just give everybody Keon's cell number to text to. Hashtag Blender. Hashtag, is this really happening? Yeah, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll try to have a little bit better version of this conversation. And we got a bunch of other stuff to talk about before we get to last night's Monday Night Football game and a bunch of other NFL stuff. It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NFL Week 6, the Cardinals at the Seahawks Sunday afternoon. Arizona, a 3-point road favorite, 51.5 the total. MLB divisional playoffs underway today. In the National League, the Braves minus 200 money line against the Phillies at plus 170 this afternoon, 7 the total. Padres plus 180 at the Dodgers at minus 220. The over-under 7. In the American League, the Astros minus 215 against the Mariners at plus 175, total 6.5. And the Guardians plus 180 at the Yankees at minus 220. The over-under 7. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwiners.com. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. Today we'll talk NFL draft. There was one football team that made 4 draft picks that all became Hall of Famers. Can you name that team? The answer is coming up on the Daily Sports Quiz.
When you want trivia from the world of sports, Daily Sports Quiz host Nick LaCapria has it. Baseball lovers, go online to baseballtrivia.org. Basketball fans, check out basketballtrivia.net. Football fans, head on over to footballtrivia.net. Hockey trivia, that's hockeytrivia.net. And boxing fans, log on to boxingtrivia.net. Stay tuned to this radio station for the Daily Sports Quiz or visit Nick LaCapria's sports-specific trivia websites.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz, name the 4 players that would become Hall of Famers that all were drafted in the same draft by the same team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those players included Mike Webster, Lynn Swann, John Stallworth, and Jack Lambert.
Now The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
It's college football time. The Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC, the Pac-12, the Big 12, the biggest conferences. Now it's on to the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. The big matchups, the fight for national rankings, the bitter rivalries. We have the biggest games. Get your college game on. Your home for football. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Well, maybe hashtag Blender was not the right choice, because now as I look through, and by the way, you guys aren't supposed to be able to read all the messages, just us. But as I roll through all the hashtag Blenders, yeah, there's an awful lot of anime, something in Japanese.
Yeah, I think Blender is actually an animation program. A lot of people.
Oh,
use.
Crap!
It just occurred to me just now. Yeah.
So do we have to change this? What if we put? Yeah. What if we try the Blender? What happens? Let's see, and probably turn on Randy's mic too. It might help. Well, Blender. Yeah. See, Randy's on the Blender. So, yeah, I think that works. Except for
which capital T or little t?
Wait a minute. There's somebody else doing a radio Blender. What the hell? 95.3 WDAE. It's time for the Blender. What the hell?
But is it a capital T or a little t?
It doesn't matter.
Well, if they're using capital T, then we need to use our little t. Otherwise, they'll be getting our stuff.
No, you don't.
Which could be funny as hell.
All the same. It doesn't matter. It's not cap sensitive. So what do we do now?
I mean, if I would have invented Twitter, I'd have made it cap sensitive. I mean,
about Blender 1580. Let's see what happens. There you go. Blender at hashtag Blender 1580, and it will only be us. You don't have to worry about it, Randy. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do anything. I'll keep an eye on the Blender 1580.
All right.
And yeah, Keon, I could probably use a test on that.
Oh, you have Keon do it. You think I can't do it, huh?
No, I don't. I really don't.
Well, because I have my phone ready.
Real nice.
Yours is a camera.
Yeah, mine's a camera right now.
Yeah. So, it does probably matter. 7-3 right now. Mariners over the Astros. Into the seventh inning, zero outs. So okay, that's what's happening there.
Still wondering why we're calling them the Astros. I mean, there's an obvious name we should be calling them.
A-holes?
Yeah, but the full word.
Well, I can't. You can't say that on radio.
No, I know I can't say that on radio, which is why I
we're
have not
saying it. Yeah, I appreciate
it.
But
I don't know why the world is not calling them the Houston, A-holes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, in the ballparks, they probably are. It is probably a thing that gets yelled out on a regular basis.
Maybe in the Bronx.
Understandably so. So, okay. So let's go back to the conversation I was trying to have about LeBron James wants to own a team. He has enough for a third of a team. And,
Okay.
and it's not like he's going to throw his entire net worth of $1 billion at it because, well, it's not how it works.
Yeah.
You know? So how much can he get out of that in cash to invest in this team?
I think
or does he get a loan?
I don't know that he'd have to have a loan. I think he knows enough people and he's networked with enough people. I mean, let's face it, the guy knows everybody that's a player in the NBA. He knows some former players that have gone on to other business opportunities. He knows some Hall of Famers. I mean,
Sure.
you think he can't get, a handful of these guys to throw
But that's
in?
not him owning the team.
Well, I think
that
he-
is him getting a bunch of people together and they all have an ownership
Well,
of the
I-
team. But if he's going to have majority,
I think he would be
well,
the majority owner. I mean, I
but
think that would be a part of
how
it.
can he if he only gets 500 million together and the team costs $2.5 billion, you are not the majority owner at that point.
I think he's got more money than that. I think he can get
net worth of $1 billion.
I know his net worth is $1 billion, but like
liquid assets.
I don't know what that would possibly be for him, but we're talking about a guy with a lifetime contract with Nike. He owns the Blaze Pizza, all of them. He's got a movie, a film studio.
He's got a media company.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it a
I-
film studio? I didn't know that.
It
So
includes
what
the
is he
film studio. Like,
selling?
if you've ever watched a movie and you see Braun at the beginning,
Well,
of
I
the
think
movie
he
with-
would.
That's his.
I've never seen that.
I don't know that he would sell anything. I think he would just use that as collateral.
So he'd have to get a loan.
I would assume he would. Yeah.
Okay, so how much money can he get a loan on
Well,
against that $1 billion? So I'm trying to explain here is I don't see him as a majority owner because he doesn't have enough money.
Well,
Boogie,
he could sell his stake in the soccer team. What is it, Man United? He could sell his stake in Fenway Sports. I
so
mean,
he's going to have to liquidize a bunch of his stuff, but I don't even know if that's enough. Remember, his net worth is $1 billion. Boogie, we're just doing Blender 1580. It's just hashtag Blender 1580. You don't have to have it's just hashtag Blender 1580. I'm going to get everybody trained up on this, and all of a sudden the text line will work again. But whatever. I mean, we're in people's
That's our
contact
luck.
list.
I mean, it's like you said, it's one of those weird days.
So question one is how much is this going to cost? Now, there's more to it than even that. How much money will LeBron's group, because he's not going to be LeBron, it's going to be LeBron's group. How much money will LeBron's group need? Because you're going to need an arena, place to play. You're going to need
they've got an
offices,
arena. They got
practice facilities.
They've got
in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena is huge. They
It's-
play the hockey there. They play the March Madness there. Oh yeah.
Well, but all right. So starting out, they'll have a
aren't
sweaty
those the
floor
Vegas
like the
Knights
Suns
play there?
had for a while.
They sweaty the floor. What?
Yeah, it's because Keon was talking over me. So for a while, they'll have a sweaty floor like the Phoenix Suns did. Remember in America West Arena, they had the hardwood floor over the top, and people were like, "There's condensation there." It was actually causing a problem for basketball. Don't you remember that?
Yeah, but I think that they can figure this out.
Well, I don't know if that's the best place to play. Maybe technology is better where you can get away with it. But hockey and basketball kind of happen at the same time, though.
Yeah, they do, but you schedule around it. I mean, the Lakers and the Clippers and the Kings share staples or crypto, whatever it's called.
No,
now.
that's true. You're right. The Kings do play in the same place.
And a lot of places do. Washington, the Wizards and the Caps play in the same
Well,
building. It's pretty common.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, Rangers and Knicks.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. I guess we just did it badly.
Yeah. or technology's improved a lot since then, and no one has to worry about slippery floors anymore.
So I guess the big question is, will he actually be the majority owner or just the ringleader? And, so he'll have to get, I guess it all depends on the price. I have so many more questions now than I had before.
Well, does he want to be a majority owner or does he want to run basketball operations? Now let's change sports for a second.
Oh, it's about the owner.
Derek Jeter, okay, was a part of the ownership group that bought the Marlins. He was also the guy running the team, CEO and president of operations, right? So he sold his stock to the remaining owners when they did not want to go. They did not have the same philosophy he had about winning. So he said, all right, I'll see you guys later. And he took off, but he was still the face of the Marlins for a few years. And I don't know that LeBron has to be the majority owner to be the mouthpiece for that organization.
But LeBron James idolizes Michael Jordan and wanted to do everything that he did. And Michael Jordan became a billionaire, and LeBron wanted to be a billionaire. Michael Jordan owns a team, and I think Michael Jordan owns a team. I think LeBron wants to own a team too.
But look at
how much of the team does Michael Jordan own? You know what I'm saying? I just don't see how it's possible, because remember when the Suns were sold to Sarver back in 2004, they got it for $401 million, which is a huge deal in 2004. But now add $2 billion to that to play the game. So, and also wherever Michael Jordan was with his money when he got into his ownership, it's a higher price now than it was before. So I don't see how LeBron himself is going to be a majority holder. I don't think, Randy, he wants to be the mouthpiece. He wants to be the owner. He wants to own the team. And now, of course, you know, I'm not LeBron. I can't speak for him. Maybe he would be fine having a chunk of it and being, one of the face of the franchise kind of guys. But I think we're talking business, though. And LeBron wants to own the team in Vegas. He says, I want the team in Vegas. He says, I want the team here, Adam. He spoke directly through the media at him. So, I don't know. I don't know how he's going to pull this off with only $1 billion net worth.
Michael Jordan bought the Charlotte Bobcats back in the day for $175 million.
Sure. Guess what? You can't get a team for that much now.
I'm just saying.
He also, as of 2019, owned 97%.
Yeah, I'm just saying he got the team. There's no way
for a song
that I don't think there's a way that LeBron James can get an NBA franchise today for that kind of money. Now, if it were back in the day, yeah, sure, he could.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, the timing is not right for him to be a majority owner like Michael Jordan. But yeah, I do think you're right. I'm sure he can get a group of people together.
He could be a majority owner a la Robert Sarver, where Sarver owned, I think it was 36%. So he had the biggest share, but it wasn't, but it wasn't half.
Because the other 36% of $2.5 billion, he still doesn't have enough to Sarver it. And by the way, when you said he's going to be like Sarver, I thought you'd hear LeBron walk around calling people cracker and say, "Why can't I call you cracker? Everybody else calls you cracker. I should be able to say cracker."
I still say that if LeBron James wants to own a franchise, I think that he has to do it like Derek Jeter did. That's the only way he can do it. He doesn't have enough money to be a majority owner of a basketball franchise.
You can see just another way LeBron is not as good as Michael Jordan. Boogie is on the tweet line. Hashtag Blender1580 says, "Listen, George, hashtag Blender1580 is here to talk about all aspects of sports." And because George said, "What's going on? I heard Radio Pal talking about LeBron's liquid ass. What are we talking about on this show now?"
Well, I mean, there are things you can do. Injectables.
That is not what we're talking about.
No. 36% of $2 billion, by the way, $720 million.
He can't do that.
Yeah.
He can't even do that. So I'm listen, he can do it better than I can. I don't have $2.5 billion. It's not like, he can't buy all of us over a few dozen times, but I just don't see how he's going to end up with a franchise unless, what if, and the NBA might, what if they were to carry it? You know what I'm saying? Finance it. What if the NBA financed whatever amount at a discount amount to LeBron? Because LeBron's got $1 billion net worth. So it's not, not like if he doesn't make the payments, you know what I'm saying?
You got to take the Steve away or something.
Right. So what if that, just because the LeBron James as an owner of a team, can you imagine how much fun it would be when LeBron's team plays Michael Jordan's team? And just having that positive face on the franchise, a player who then has become an owner. It's a great story for the NBA. And guess what? The franchise really cost them in money? $0. It costs them $0, but it makes them millions. So that might not be the worst idea for the NBA to sit down and do some math with LeBron and say, all right, let's see what it's going to take to get you into this franchise. All right, let me go talk to the manager. And work out some sort of a deal. I mean, I don't even know if that's possible, but seems like it could make sense.
It does. I'll have to look into whether or not that's possible, because now we're starting to get to some of these legal things that involve the NBA and expansion that don't come up normally, just because of how rare it is for there to be an expansion team.
Yeah, Boogie says, LeBron can borrow money and be a majority owner. Yeah, I mean, but then it's either through the NBA or from other people, sure. But that's a lot of damn money. I guess
depends on how badly he wants the team.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break and move on to something else. Let's talk a little more NBA. We've got a few other things to talk about. I swear to you, we are going to talk about Monday Night Football here very soon, and we've got just a giant amount of NFL to talk about. But in case you're just joining us, our text line is dead. So if you want to chime in on the show, you have to tweet us at Blender1580. It's the only way we can do this right at the moment. 1580. While I'm calling during the break and yelling at people. So hashtag Blender1580 if you want to comment here on the show. Other than that, we'll be back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Arizonans are facing big challenges these days. Rising costs at the grocery store, the gas pump, and the pharmacy. That's why Mark Kelly is doing whatever it takes in Washington to bring down costs, even when it means standing up to his own party. The son of 2 police officers, Mark grew up in a house where money was tight. He knows what it means for Arizonans when everyday items cost more. Thanks to Mark Kelly's work, Medicare will finally negotiate down prescription drug prices. Less money spent at the pharmacy means more money stays in your pocket. Mark is leading the effort to cut red tape for truckers and ease supply chain issues. And he's pushing for more domestic oil production to bring down gas prices. Because Mark knows that for a lot of people, every little bit counts right now. Senator Mark Kelly, looking out for Arizona, fighting for us.
I'm Mark Kelly, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mark Kelly for Senate.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-704-9936. 800-704-9936. 800-704-9936.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The NASCAR season will come to an end in Phoenix, but the championship weekend will last forever.
The greatest are the ones that seize the moment.
4 championship races in 3 days, all set against the stunning backdrop of the desert mountains. Night racing, a doubleheader, and a Cup Series champion crowned on Sunday. It's a weekend you'll wish would never end. The NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway, November 4th through the 6th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from The Main Event, here to tell you about Access Property Advisors. When I need to buy or sell properties or get them rented out, Access Property Advisors gets me the best sales price or lease terms to make my rental properties profitable. Jason Sellers has an impressive team of professionals at Access Property Advisors, experts in just about anything you can need with real estate. So whether you want to find the home of your dreams, sell your home, or manage your rental property, do what I do and give Access Property Advisors a call at 602-614-5590. That's 602-614-5590 or visit accesspropertyadvisors.com.
I'm here to tell you about a technological shocker. Believe it or not, you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
That's shocking.
Wow.
What a world we live in.
All you have to do is say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
All right. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. And all right, Fourth Dimension, hang in there. I am on the phone with the new text company, and we're trying to work these things out. In the meantime, as an emergency backup system, I feel like we should have the EAS sound effect in the background. But the hashtag Blender1580, that is how you're going to tweet the show. And at least I don't know if anybody's going to bother doing that, though. That seems like we've gone this far since 2017, having everybody put us in their phones to text us. Now they're like, oh, crap, now I got to do another thing. Yeah, sorry, guys. But listen, hopefully this is going to be resolved very quickly. George says, hashtag Blender1580. I see. Rest in peace, text line, 2017 to 2022. It lasted a little bit longer than Herm Edwards did as ASU head coach.
Really? We had to go there?
I think it lasted a lot longer than that, but it's not dead yet. I have a technician on the line working furiously to make it work again. Or at least that's what he told me, so I'd stop yelling. Let's see. Boogie says, I feel like today is really going to mess up a very well-maintained, polished Twitter history. All right, we have a few more basketball things to talk about. So let's go ahead and hit that real fast. The Draymond Green thing, we did talk about it, but since that happened, Draymond Green, at least he didn't say, I'm going to rehab. What at least he did say is, you know what? I'm going to take a few minutes. I'm going to go work on myself. I'm just going to I'm going to step away from the team for a little bit. He apologized. He took responsibility. So I can't imagine. I don't know. I don't think that this is going to be the end of Draymond Green on the Warriors. He's got 4 rings with this team. Do you think they're going to cut him loose?
No, they're not going to cut Draymond Green, but Draymond Green has realized that there is something going on he needs to attend to. I mean, why would he react like that?
There's nothing going on. It's the same Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got carried away. Now he's just gonna be like, or it's like kind of like when you're a kid. Like we've all had kids except for Keon because nobody will touch him there. But
damn,
when we've had kids, like get in trouble and they're like, I'm just gonna go to my room. Like they're grounding themselves, and that's what Draymond Green seems to be doing right now. Grounding himself. Is it enough? Is it okay?
I think it's enough if they can handle it internally, if they can iron out the hurt feelings and all of that stuff. And it's the Warriors. They're a top class organization. I can't imagine that that's something they wouldn't be capable of doing. Is this the end of Draymond Green? Well, not over this. He does want more money coming up at the end of this season. And the Warriors, basically the negotiation has gone, you're not worth it like that. If you want to take a little bit off the top financially, we can figure out a way to get you in here. And so Draymond is kind of facing that reality that his declining skill set because of his age.
He just cut his legs off. He just cut his own legs off in negotiation. And then you got to wonder, was it the Warriors themselves who said, hey, we got video of that? Put it out. Yeah, let's put that out there.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. So now GM Bob Myers is saying, any punishment that it does get handed down is going to be done internally. But, they're not. He's not going to miss any games. When does the actual season start? Like, what is it, 2 weeks from now? I can't remember what the actual date is on that. But, I'll tell you what. The question is, anybody talk to Poole about this? Because he went down like a light sack of potatoes on that. I get it. Draymond Green's a lot bigger than he is, but boy, he just folded like a card table.
Tuesday, October 18th is opening day.
Thank you, Randy. Appreciate that. Right now, it's hashtag Blender1580. Chief Skull says, I'm in on the text on Twit. Thank you, Chief Skull. Taco Kenny says, let's not talk about the Raiders. We can talk about the Dodgers. No, actually, we're going to talk the hell out of the Raiders, Taco Kenny. Sorry to tell you that. All right. So hold on. I'm going to check with the guy and we'll see where we're at. Hold on a second.
All right. So we're going to hold here for just a second, I guess. And we're just kind of holding here. Oh, by the way, Alex Bregman, he just hit a 2-run home run. It's 7-5 now, bottom of 8. 7-5 right now. 7-5, bottom of the 8th.
I'm not thrilled about that. I'm not particularly thrilled about that. I don't like it. Anytime anything good happens to the Astros, it's a tough spot. I just want good things for the Mariners. Okay. Those are long suffering fans. Everybody knows how I feel about long suffering fans. I relate to them the most. And I want to see the Mariners, bring home a World Series.
Yeah, and the thing about this is that place was it was just dead quiet in there. It was like a morgue in there, and then Bregman hitting that home run has got all these lunatics up standing and cheering. So we'll have to see. Bottom of 8, nobody on base right now, 1 out, and the Astros are batting. We'll keep you posted as we find out more stuff. Hashtag. Is it 1580 the blender? What is it?
Blender 1580.
Hashtag Blender 1580 on the Twitterverse. That's the way you can do it. Our text line is broken. Jeffrey is efforting trying to get this thing resolved as we speak. There was some sort of shutdown. We always played our bills and we always make everything work, Keon. So Jeffrey trying to talk to us. Jeffrey, Keon. Jeffrey's trying to talk to us, Keon. He needs to be open. There you go. All right.
Good Lord. We've had success. I have the text line now open, and the first texter, King of Kittens, says, I want to be the first texter in the new system. And guess what, buddy? You are there. Wow, I can't believe this actually turned out all right.
Is it the same text line and everything?
Yeah.
I mean, phone number and everything?
I don't know. We have a new texter on the text line. And by the way, since this is a new system, some of your numbers may not have made it, but 7369 says, hey, Jeffrey, did you break the text line? Yeah, I did, but I fixed it. So we are back to normal on that. Oh, that's Blissful Haze. Okay, I see. It takes a minute for all the names to start to populate. Billy from Phoenix says, yay! At least I think that's how he would say it to mock us.
Yeah.
Biscuits, we'll see now. There's a problem here. I can't see the entire name. Biscuits and Gravy, I think, says, is it working? Yes, it's working.
Yep.
Against the Spread says, if I was a D lineman in the NFL, okay, hold that thought. We're not there yet. We're still. Big George says, test. Taco Kenny says, Mom, meatloaf.
Yeah.
Last Optimist says, yay, because I can has no Twitters. Okay. Why can't you have
that? Just causes more questions to arise, honestly.
And another one, 4960 says, testing, Jeffrey, Keon, Randy, hear me. I don't see a name on that one yet. So you might want to tell me who you are again there. Boy, this is everything is that was Jagdog. It's taking a little bit of time for everything to populate. So that's kind of cool. Miss Pringle says, okay, what's the handle to send a text into the Twitter?
Oh, you know what? I'm just glad the text line's back.
Yeah. Big George says, hashtag Blender 1580, screw the asterisks. I want to see the Mariners win and go to the World Series and face the Padres. Bring on the I-5 World Series. Okay. Mr. Pringle says, okay, what's the handle for the Twitter? We're not doing the Twitter thing anymore.
Just go back to the text line. It's working now.
I'm deleting that now. Oh, what a pain in the ass that turned out to be. Boogie says, and he wants this to be his first text. Balls. Okay.
Nice.
Congratulations.
That's legit. Jackdog. Thank you. And hello, my name there. Hello. Can you hear me now? Hello is my name. I don't think that's your real name, but I'm sure it'll show up here eventually. All right. So this is different, but at least now I can see everybody's texts. I'm really surprised. Wow, how many people were just hanging around waiting to hit send?
I am somehow not. All
right, so
I'm starting to learn the fourth dimension a little bit.
It's going to take a little time, and I have to have a bigger screen so I can see your guys' complete names. And all right, so we'll sort it out. We'll figure it out. What were we doing? Oh, right, we had just gotten done talking about Draymond Green and stuff, right? We're done talking about
yes, that's correct. And we just updated everybody from Houston. It's now 7-5, bottom of the 8th. Houston Astros. Alex Bregman just hit a home run, drove in 2, so it's 7-5 now, bottom 8. And they've got a runner on, so we'll keep you posted.
Radio Ron is disappointed because he had texted me on my phone and I didn't see it until just now. He's like, have him text Bruce Jacobs' phone.
Oh, damn, that's funny.
And now he's disappointed that nobody took his suggestion. Well, it's been a little bit crazy. Boy, if I thought about it, we would have done that. Just given that number for a while. Heavy Metal Maniacs, we're all back to normal. And yes, Boogie, we can hear you now. All right. So one more basketball thing. Bronny James is now got himself some Nike NIL money. Isn't he still in high school?
He is still in high school.
They don't have any rules about that?
No. Mostly because it hasn't come up before. There usually isn't a high school athlete as popular as Bronny, as well known. I mean, we've known about Bronny since he was a kid, you know. So
no, I'm just saying, I mean, there were rules in the NCAA, you couldn't take this kind of money. But now all of a sudden people in high school are taking that kind of money.
Yeah. I
feel
don't
like
know.
that could be wrong.
I don't know if Bronny's playing on his high school team or an AAU team. If he's playing on an AAU team, there aren't any rules there.
If it were wrong, why are we hearing about it?
No, I'm just saying, I mean, you know, I don't know. Just seems like it's wrong to me.
Well, I mean, I get exactly what you're saying, but I mean, if this was a normal high school team, I have a feeling Keon's right. This must be his AAU team, you know, a travel ball, whatever it is, where he can have sponsorships.
And then there's nothing stopping him from doing it.
Okay, it doesn't feel right though. You know, the high schoolers getting all this sponsorship money. Now these people who graduated college a while ago are like, you got to be bleeping kidding me with this.
I mean, sure, but the rules were unfair to begin with. I think personally, I know a lot of people don't like the NIL stuff, and I think it can be done way better than we're currently doing it. But the idea that someone has a name and a face and they can't make money off of their name and their face is always been kind of crazy to me. I just never understood it. And at some point, yeah, you are going to get some of these athletes that are popping up young enough, you know, to where they can actually cash in on it. I haven't heard anything, for instance, about Arch Manning NIL, but I think it's because he's playing for an actual high school. And so there are rules there that if Bronny's playing for AAU, he's just not going to encounter those.
All right. Well, whatever the case, Bronny James and 4 other young players have Nike NIL deals now. So, and I'm sure there's enough Nike money to go around to quite a few people. So the whole face of things is just changing. It is just changing. And I worry, I'm all for it for college, but I worry how this is going to affect the high school level, how it's going to affect the psychology of the kid and the parents. The parents act horribly. And they're horrible about money and stuff like this. And now you've just added more things to the mix where it can get ugly.
I think this is you're adding money to the mix where it could get worse, because there have been criticisms about AAU basketball, the entitlement that it breeds, the fact that there's not a ton of accountability. Some of these AAU teams are run by the parents who have one really good kid as a player, and then they just get the other kids to kind of orbit their kid. There's a ton of problems with AAU basketball, honestly. So this is just adding another thing that we really haven't sorted out when it comes to that way of doing basketball.
Boogie says, I'm surprised Keon didn't mute #Blender1580 as soon as it started.
Well, it concerns me, so I do.
Well, it's funny is that people don't know what you're talking about, Boogie. Both Keon and I have decided we're muting a lot of people now. We're going to mute so many people so we don't have to hear these horrible conversations that end up getting had. King of Kittens, going to get to that. Stand by, sir. Stand by. Last Optimist says, I think the Big Ten should take a slice of that new TV deal and pay out to all the players that don't enter the portal as a way of, helping keep retention up.
Yep.
It's an idea. Hour 2 of the Daily Blender is next here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Greg Clark Automotive Specialists are proud of our U.S. men and women in uniform. We thank you and your families for the sacrifice you've made to defend our freedom and freedom worldwide. We pray for your safety in war and your safe return. We honor those who have given their lives to fight terrorism. This from Greg Clark Automotive Specialists at the corner of 19th and Bethany Hone Road in Phoenix. Experience the Greg Clark difference. Call 602-246-2881. Saying God bless America and please fly your flag.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum, and because right now, new customers can get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. Just sign up with promo code STEVE1580. I love using FanDuel because it has all my favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. You can combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with the same game parlay. You get paid when you win very fast. All on an app that's safe, secure, and easy to use. So sign up today with promo code STEVE1580 for your no sweat first bet. That's promo code STEVE1580. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Arizonans are facing big challenges these days. Rising costs at the grocery store, the gas pump, and the pharmacy. That's why Mark Kelly is doing whatever it takes in Washington to bring down costs, even when it means standing up to his own party. The son of 2 police officers, Mark grew up in a house where money was tight. He knows what it means for Arizonans when everyday items cost more. Thanks to Mark Kelly's work, Medicare will finally negotiate down prescription drug prices. Less money spent at the pharmacy means more money stays in your pocket. Mark is leading the effort to cut red tape for truckers and ease supply chain issues. And he's pushing for more domestic oil production to bring down gas prices. Because Mark knows that for a lot of people, every little bit counts right now. Senator Mark Kelly, looking out for Arizona, fighting for us.
I'm Mark Kelly, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mark Kelly for Senate.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing all cylinders.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And we have the text line back. So, yes, you can text us at 888-368-1580. It's a little wonky. It's a little bit different than the other program was, but it's working. Now, some of your names might not be popping up automatically in this one if you're a new texter from, say, the last week or so. So if I don't say your name, text in who the hells you are. So, like, for instance, 5875 says, hello, is my name. Oh, wait, no, that's Last Optimist. Wait, who is that? Damn it. Now I'm all screwed up now. Let's see. Here's the problem. When you click on the message thing and it goes to the right, it doesn't say their name on the right. It only says where you click. So if you forget where you clicked, I have no idea who the hell I'm talking to. 5875 says, I got money for one night. Lack of text make you brave. What does that even mean?
That has to be a reference to something, and I'm just not getting it.
Yeah. Whoever you are, 5875. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Maybe it's one of them rap tunes.
Could be. Pringle says maybe LeBron could get a loan from his son to help him buy a team. Now he's got all that NIL money.
Yeah.
I'd kick in. Hell, if LeBron came to me and said, just give me whatever money you got, I'd give it to him because, that would be wise at that moment. Twidiot says, now you know the reason I got a texture nickname Twidiot. I couldn't remember my Twitter password. Lucky for me, the text line got resurrected. Yeah. A lot of people were having a problem trying to do the tweeter thing. So yeah, we're not doing it. Although Boogie did find a way to try to do an inappropriate joke on the Twitter version of the text line. It says, how do you find a blind man on a nude beach? It's not hard. Go Mariners, he says.
I agree with the last half of that. The first half should have you in the penalty box, but that's not my decision making.
Jagdog says that line is from the movie 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy. Oh, that's right. That's right. When he walks into the bar and goes up to that girl. But lack of text make you brave. I don't know, 5875. Who the hell are you? King Kittens. I'm going to talk about that here in just a moment. And Boogie says, I'd be okay with the Mariners versus Padres World Series.
I think a lot of people would.
It would be something new.
Yeah, I mean, I would be okay with a Mariners, Padres, Mariners, Braves, Mariners, Phillies World Series. That's it. I would not be okay with the Dodgers. And I would be okay with, I guess I'd be okay with the Guardians. Is there a reason I don't like the Guardians?
I can't think of anything.
So there's any number of ways this might turn out that it's a World Series that I can get into. And there's a lot of ways this can turn out that I'm going to be rooting against everybody.
I will say that the Guardians head coach, Terry Francona, U of A alum.
Who?
Terry Francona.
Which team?
Guardians skipper.
Oh, what the hell are those guys? So now it's the Seattle Mariners.
I didn't even know that about him.
Yeah.
Chief Skull says, twit texting Boogie's team still suck. Okay, guys, you don't have to text in with a hashtag. It's not going to matter. A lot of people are still texting hashtag Blender1580.
You know what? Just let him be. Let him be.
It's annoying
It's the text line, you guys. You don't need a hashtag for that.
Just let him be.
Big George says, Blender, hashtag Blender1580. Question for Randy White, 1580 Fanatic. Are you going to watch tonight's NHL opening game between Tampa Bay Lightning and the New York Rangers on the ESPN? Who's your preseason Stanley Cup favorite right now?
Ooh.
Arizona Coyotes.
I don't think that the Colorado Avalanche have the same firepower. They lost quite a few guys in the offseason. And so I don't know. George, give me a week to answer that question because I don't have a clear answer right now. There were a lot of teams that retooled. There were a lot of teams that changed some faces. Like Kachuk, he left the one team and now he's with the Ottawa Senators. Give me about a week just to kind of get in the grind of. And yes, I feel like I would like to watch the opening game tonight on the ESPN.
Well, outside of the baseball, there's no reason you can't.
Well, I mean, baseball's going on. I mean, right now it's bottom of the ninth. Houston is batting 7-5. They have one out. The Mariners are trying to get out of this situation with a win. Philadelphia won earlier today. You've got the Yankees and the Guardians next. I mean, between the Guardians and the Yankees, who you good? Who you wanting, Jeffrey?
Guardians.
Okay. Even though Terry Francona is a U of A guy.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's always anti-Yankees. Second place, anti-U Arizonas.
And I just, it's nothing really exciting for me baseball-wise, so I'll watch some hockey tonight.
Yeah, I guess tonight's one you can let slide, see how it all starts to develop because, basically it's the hated teams playing tonight, like you said, Cleveland, New York, San Diego, Los Angeles. So
yeah, I mean, San Diego, Los Angeles. I have a feeling that this San Diego Los Angeles series is going to be one that will go down in history as one of the most exciting ones. San Diego's got this edge going into this thing. And meanwhile, LA's got all of this confidence, they're all talking like, oh, well, this is going to be a good series. We should really be careful. we don't want to give them any bulletin board. They don't believe what they're saying themselves. You know what I'm saying? The Dodgers think they've already got this series sewn up and they're on their way to the NLCS. And I think that that the Padres are not so fast. Isn't this the greatest time of the year, though? We have college football going on. We've got the NFL going on. NHL's opening up tonight. We got baseball playoffs going on. Oh, my God. And the NBA starts next week. That's weird. It's the greatest
kind of weird
time of the year.
Plenty of sports.
So many.
You know?
Yeah.
Whatever's going on, there's something going on. NFL Blitzer says, "What's up, guys? Lost in my fantasy football baseball dynasty league. Still got a hefty 2-place dinero." I don't understand. Oh, you got paid. How much did you make for second place? I've never played in a. I've played baseball fantasy. I played basketball fantasy, but we're talking back 1999, 2000, something like that. And then I was like, that's a lot of work. It's a long season for the NBA. It's a long season for baseball. It's a lot of work. You got to keep track who's in, who's out, who's not. People get injured. You don't even hear about it. Bam, bam. Or somebody's like, I'm just taking the day off. Wait, what? You can't do that. And I'm like, no, I don't have time for that. So football, I barely have time for fantasy football. And now I run 13 leagues. Wow, so fantastic. Anyways, point is, I have no idea how much money people. I will never play for actual money. I won't do it. You guys are playing for money. If you win a regular daily blender fantasy football league championship, you get $100. And if you win in the Premier League, you get $250. But I can't win the money. So I'm still not playing for money. You guys are. I'm not. But I'm just kind of curious, how much is like an average amount that a bunch of guys get together, throw some cash in, and then you got a winner? You know what I'm saying? Is it like $200? Everybody puts in 20 and you got like a couple $100 at the end, or what?
Yeah, I have a fantasy baseball league that I play with some friends, and we don't have to talk about last year. Last year wasn't good, but the year before, I was in the championship, and I lost on the last at bat of our season. Anyway,
oh my God,
we had I think everybody kicked in $35, so I got $150 for being second, and the guy that won got $250. And I think there was some other money that was paid out too. So
I got you think back how many years I paid to play slow pitch softball, and I didn't win a damn thing.
Well, no, you mean registration fees and stuff like that. Well, it's not the same thing.
You get into those leagues and they're like $35, $45. Now it's a lot more expensive. You have $45 to play, 12 games or whatever it is. And then the league, starts over again. The most fun I never played the fantasy football or baseball for the money, but I did play the slow pitch softball for beer. I was in beer leagues all the time. Boy, there's the payoff right there. Each week it's somebody else's turn to bring the beer. I had
really
more
not
fun.
at all what we're talking about.
I know,
right.
but
That's fun.
It's a full moon. What do you want from me?
It is a full moon, and Thursday the 13th is upon us.
Wait a minute, it is.
I know how you are about the Thursday the 13th. So the person here, see, now I lose track of who these people are with this one because their name's not over here. NFL Blitzer says $100 baseball dynasty league won $300. Okay, so you put $100 in. So if you got $300, then the other guy got like how much? Like $500, $600, or good Lord. Boogie says fantasy baseball is the craziest. It's like a part-time job. I'll never do it.
Yeah.
And let's see. Big George says, Randy, I agree with you. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Padres win tonight against the Dodgers. It'll be a series for the ages.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I just have a feeling there's some special brewing here between these two teams. We'll have to wait and see.
Unnamed texter says the guy on Ottawa is the brother of the guy that was traded from the one team to that other team. Fascinating. Last Optimist says you were talking about expansion cities earlier, and I think Arizona could use a professionally run hockey team.
Oh boy.
Hey, listen, don't get crazy, all right?
Oh boy.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Oh boy.
Cheese Skull says Minnesota Wild are heavy cup favorites right now.
That doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me that we heard from a Skull on that one. Jagdog says, no Phillies. Bryce Harper's an a-hole. That's right. So, okay.
I just don't like the Phillies in general, but
okay.
the Bryce Harper thing too. Yeah.
So now I'm down to the Braves and the Padres in the NLCS, and then I've got the Seattle Mariners in the ALCS. That's it. Or the Guardians. Except for Francona. We'll see what happens.
So,
and how desperate I am later.
The options are dwindling.
Yeah. So now it's basically Seattle versus the Braves, and I'm fine.
All right. So live from Houston, 7-5, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, man on first, nothing in 2 count to the batter, Pena, who's got 2 strikes on him. So Seattle is 1 strike away from taking game 1 in this ALDS. 1 strike away.
Oh boy!
I wish they wouldn't put that advertisement on the pitcher's mound though.
What's the advertisement?
It's little T-Mobile logo.
What's your problem with that?
And they swapped it out from the HBO Max earlier. I don't know. Just you already run commercials. I'll watch.
Nothing is more aggravating than watching pay-per-view and seeing a lot of damn commercials.
Here's a little Houston Astro kid who's crying.
Wait, they haven't even lost yet. Wait till he sees when they actually lose.
I'm so glad he's weeping. Hey, you little cheating bastard. Your mom cheats on your dad, too. That's what I'd yell at him right now.
All right, they're going to extend the inning because the guy got a base.
Son of a... I needed him to keep crying.
You shouldn't have been crying in the first place. The game's not over.
6969 as the last digits of this person's number. Says, good day, Blender Nation. Jeffrey, did you know that it was Ed O'Bannon from UCLA basketball, 1980 or so, went to court?
What are you talking about? Ed O'Bannon went to court.
Yeah. About what? For what? What does this even mean?
Is that like a joke? Like there once was a guy from Nantucket?
I don't know.
There once was a man named Michael Finnegan. One of those.
I don't know because I can't even see who the hell this person is, unless it's a new text. That's the problem.
Just go with it. New texter.
But this right now, I can't tell who's new and who's not.
And it's that's the one ending in 6969, right?
Yeah.
So there you go.
I tell you this. I'm probably going to find another text line. I am not enjoying how this one works. It's not.
It's not like you had any time to prepare, my friend.
No. Well, here's what happened. And just so you know the backstory, our original text line was through a company called ZipWhip, and they told us, "Hey guys, guess what? The people who just there was a merger, and they're turning off this part of the company." Like, oh, great, okay. So I talked to some people, and then talked to these people, and there was no way for me to see how this would be until we were actually doing it. And now I'm as soon as the show's over, going to be looking for a new one because I don't like the way this. I don't like the way this works.
And you didn't get the chance to test drive or check it out first. So just kind of, I think you're doing a pretty good job for just seeing the thing for the first time.
Yeah, well, I hate it. It was Boomer Sooner. Boomer Sooner.
He has 6969.
I don't think he even realizes how cool his phone is.
Seriously. Nice.
What?
Nice.
Boomer Sooner's last 4 digits are 6969.
Boomer Sooner.
Yeah, he says, I don't know how my phone number got in there. It was Ethel Bannon with the NIL lawsuit in court. There was an NIL lawsuit in 1980. Boomer, I should have known it was you, and the text made no sense.
Yeah, but I think did Ed O'Bannon play for UC? I think he played for UCLA, and there was a whole thing. Obviously, I wasn't born yet, so I don't know the whole story off the top of my head. But I think he got paid and then tried to go to court about it, and it got struck down at the time.
Right now, I'm trying to put Boomer Sooner's name into his thing, and I really missed.
Why would you do that? 6969. Why would you do that?
Because I need to know who the hell it is that's texting in. That's why.
Well, that particular number, I think, is going to be hard to forget.
Yeah, but I can't call him 6969. Hey, Randy, we're just this close to talking NFL football, but there's 2 things I want to talk about. First is Emily Sisson broke the record for American women at the Chicago Marathon the other day. 2 hours, 18 minutes, 29 seconds. That is the record for American marathon runners.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a hell of a thing right there. And I guess her and some other gal had been sort of one-upping each other and even do a faster time. But, well, she nailed this one there at the Bank of America Chicago Marathon on Sunday.
Wow.
And, yeah. Although she wasn't in first place for women. She was behind a Kenyan who got 14 seconds short of the world record. So that was a fast pace for that marathon. And I have a theory. You're going to run faster in Chicago because of a lot of murder going on there.
Well, yeah.
You got to get from there to there and get out of sight.
Yeah. Gunfire. Yeah. Murders, mayhem. Yeah. A lot of that going on.
So that was one thing about racing. The other thing about racing is what is going on with Cole Custer on the final lap of the Charlotte Roval. He was doing what a lot of people do when they get tailgated, slowing down, trying to keep people from passing them, mostly so his teammate Chase Briscoe could advance. But I don't understand, why is that even illegal? It seems like that's part of that gamesmanship you used to tell us about whenever you talk about the racing.
So did they fine him for slowing down? Is that what they did?
I know that they were going to review it, and I thought I saw something. I out there on the twits before the show, but I figured you'd be all over that.
Well, he was fined. He was penalized, and his I guess
Stuart Haas Racing got fined $200,000,
and I guess his what do you call it, crew chief got suspended indefinitely. I don't see that's a huge thing, but they gave him a behavioral penalty. Hey, NFL, MLB. Hey, you guys listen up. Oh, by the way, Houston just won on a walk-up. You guys listen up. This is a behavioral penalty that is $100,000 fine for Cole Custer. And the team has been docked 50 driver points, 50 owner points. And Shiplett, his crew chief, was not only fined $100,000, but has been indefinitely suspended from NASCAR competition because of this penalty, this getting in the way, this behavior penalty that they're calling NASCAR's calling it. So the major sports, that's the way you levy the discipline right there. That's the way there's no negotiation. There's no, you sexually harass 22 or more women and you get to negotiate your suspension. None of that. There's none of that. It's like, here it is right here. Oh, you want to do this again? Here's $100,000 fine. And crew chief, you were involved. Here's $100,000 fine for you. And you're indefinitely suspended.
And I think they docked him 50 points too.
Oh, the team. And that's valuable too, because your team points, your owner points, that is valuable. That's like gold bars in the NASCAR circuit, because that all adds up. And if you don't, if you lose 50 points, that's huge. I can't give you enough adjectives to explain how big that is. But look, if he was getting in the way and trying to play teammate and he made it unsafe and was blocking people, and NASCAR don't put up with that. You need to be a good racer, a clean racer. Some blocking is allowed if you're leading the race, but if you're intentionally getting in the way or you intentionally wreck somebody, they levy the discipline, man.
I don't think Jeffrey's over the walk-off home run.
I'm going to start crying like that little kid. That's me now. How do you do that, Mariners? You let them back in.
Yeah, it was 7-3.
2 runs in the 8th, 3 just now, and
that's a good hitting team in Houston, and Jordan Alvarez is one of the best.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it is. Yep.
No, I'm really depressed now.
I didn't feel good when I saw Alvarez come up to the plate, and you already had 2 guys on base, so you really don't want to walk him.
Yeah, and by the way, you just got beat by a guy who doesn't know how to spell Jordan. Okay. Yeah, Jordan Alvarez. Unless he's Swedish, I don't want to hear it.
I believe it's Jordan Alvarez.
Well, that does make more sense. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. You know, there's been some great father-son combinations in baseball over the years, but this father-son combination actually hit 2 home runs against the same pitcher in the same stadium on the same chronological date. Who were they? The answer coming up.
When you want trivia from the world of sports, Daily Sports Quiz host Nick LaCapria has it. Baseball lovers, go online to baseballtrivia.org. Basketball fans, check out basketballtrivia.net. Football fans, head on over to footballtrivia.net. Hockey trivia, that's hockeytrivia.net. And boxing fans, log on to boxingtrivia.net. Stay tuned to this radio station for the Daily Sports Quiz or visit Nick LaCapria's sports-specific trivia websites.
The answer to our Daily Sports Quiz question today, name the father-son combination that would homer twice off the same pitcher on the same chronological date. Fernando Tatis Jr. and Sr. They both did it on April 23rd, Jr. in 2021, Sr. in 1999.
Arizonans are facing big challenges these days. Rising costs at the grocery store, the gas pump, and the pharmacy. That's why Mark Kelly is doing whatever it takes in Washington to bring down costs, even when it means standing up to his own party. The son of 2 police officers, Mark grew up in a house where money was tight. He knows what it means for Arizonans when everyday items cost more. Thanks to Mark Kelly's work, Medicare will finally negotiate down prescription drug prices. Less money spent at the pharmacy means more money stays in your pocket. Mark is leading the effort to cut red tape for truckers and ease supply chain issues. And he's pushing for more domestic oil production to bring down gas prices. Because Mark knows that for a lot of people, every little bit counts right now. Senator Mark Kelly, looking out for Arizona, fighting for us.
I'm Mark Kelly, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mark Kelly for Senate.
Hi, I'm Capri, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is the chicken. They actually put it on the grill, cooked it in the sauce. It's definitely a good grilled spicy sandwich.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is it's spicy and it's full of flavor. When you pair that with the kale crunch salad, it's just good.
Order a grilled spicy deluxe sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
It's time once again for the Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. First prize is $1,580 from Harman Solar. Second prize, a Zebra e-bike from Hemingway. And $500 third prize from Harman Solar. Sign up today. Go to 1580thefanatic.com. The Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. From your home for the NFL in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
And now is the time we've all been waiting for. We're going to talk about Monday Night Football and all the stuff that went down. An awful lot of stuff went down last night. Let me clean up some of these texts here on the text line real fast before we do that. Berg says 9 innings, 27 outs. Yeah, yep. I get it, man, but you let him back in it. I'm just very disappointed. I'm allowed to be disappointed, damn it. Boomer Sooner says, I just realized that the football only time of the year lasts 5 weeks. Then baseball and hockey start. And he made an unhappy face. Oh, I think it should be a very happy face. There's something for everybody. There's always something on. A lot of times there's those gaps of time in between Thursday, Sunday, Monday, whatever football. And you're like, oh, look, Suns game. Oh, look, Coyotes game. So no. And then, of course, you got not the Diamondbacks, but playoff baseball. So, I'm sorry. I can't get on board with you on that one, Boomer.
I think if you're a big time football fan, you do feel a little bit shorted because your season is the shortest of all the seasons. You have to wait longer for yours to come back than everybody else. So there's maybe a little jealousy there.
Big George says, former Diamondback Robbie Ray giving up that game-winning 3-run home run to the Asterix. I think Bobby Ray is a regular Benedict Arnold. I don't know how that, but okay. Chief Skull says, can I find my kid $100,000 for bad behavior?
Sure. Good luck collecting.
Yeah, what kind of money they got in their piggy bank, so it's going to be a while before you get it all. Thunder Snow says, hey, Jeffrey, it's Thunder Snow. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Appreciate it. Gotcha. Jagdog says, Randy, did you go to high school with Angela Lansbury? You know, she died yesterday at the age of 96.
Wow.
Keon, I guarantee you have no clue who Angela Lansbury is.
Murder.
She wrote.
She wrote.
I like mysteries, so actually do this time.
And no, I did not. And thank you for that compliment.
That was the one celebrity my wife gave me a pass for. So
Angela Lansbury.
God, yeah.
That's a real thing for you, huh?
I thought the wrong things watching that animated Beauty and the Beast.
They showed that kid again, and he's cheering and jumping up and down. You quit on your team, kid. You quit on your team. You don't get to celebrate right now.
Was he talking about Chip? From the
no, he's talking about the kid from the
game.
Asterix game.
Oh, that little flatulent little
up
squirrel
there jumping up and down.
Cry baby.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're gonna cry for your team before the game is over, then you're not. It's not you jumping up and down when they win because you didn't believe in them.
Life's hard, you little creep. I hope you go home and I hope you get stuck in the stadium and you're late for school tomorrow.
Yeah, save all the
squirrel
weeping for your book club. All right, Bubba. All right, just whatever, man.
May you have cavities in all your teeth. What do you think of that? You little ankle biter, gum chewer.
Should hand him a big bunch of balloons and then see him fly away. That's what I would do. Pro Dog says, ouch. As a Mariners fan, that hurt. Astros handled Seattle all year. It would be nice to get one game or get game one.
Yeah.
What time do the Dimebags start their playoff game tonight? Shut up. By the way, 7369, for some reason, you're not showing up as a named person here. So you should probably, that sounds like a Donnie text though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit. Boomer Sooner says blood pressure, Randy. King of Kittens, triangle, arrow, finger pointing. You guys know I don't speak emoji, and that's damn near a man card violation.
Triangle finger. What finger? Like the middle finger?
No, just like this, pointy finger.
Pointy
like
finger.
So triangle, arrow, pointy finger. Boogie is sad. He's like, I want a phone number that ends in 6969.
Right.
That'd be a good texture nickname.
Don't we all?
6969. Nah, we wouldn't let anybody have a texture nickname that.
No.
Against the Spread says, if I was a D lineman in the NFL, I would carry a feather in my cleat because after I bust through the line, I would tickle the quarterback to the ground to avoid the penalty. At this point, you may as well clothesline Brady, WWE style, to get your 15 yards worth.
Don't you think that that's going to happen from now on? I mean, don't you think that these guys have had enough?
Overreacting.
Well, don't you think these guys have had enough of this silly call? And
yes, we all have.
If they're going to call it, I'm going to make sure that I get mine.
Well, that's correct, and that's the thing they've got to be scared of right now because you got the one guy. The guy from the other day from the Buccaneers game saying, hey, I don't know what I got to do. I'm trying to do this right. And even then it's not right. And it's going to be very frustrating for a lot of guys. Listen, before we get to that, let's just talk about the game itself because it will lead us up to that. And so last night, down 17-0, the Chiefs came back, of course, and it was a great game. 4 Travis Kelce touchdowns. Damn near enough. I almost lost my fantasy football game. I was up by like 60, 70 points. And holy crap, one more touchdown and he might have beat me.
Radio Run actually dropped this weird stat on me because I didn't actually look at the box score to check how many yards Travis Kelce has. One of the reasons why you won, he only had 25 yards.
Yeah, 25 yards, 4 touchdowns because they were all in the red zone.
Yep.
So, Devontae Adams, I mean, he had a good enough night, got his 200th career touchdown off a bomb from Derek Carr. I got one thing to say. Fire Josh McDaniels. If you're a Raider fan, I am sure you agree. I feel like Vegas being 1-4, that's a fireable enough offense as say, I don't know, the Panthers losing those same amount of games.
Well, Matt Rule was there for 3 years though, but I do
was
think,
he?
Yeah, Matt Rule's been there. Josh,
I never noticed him.
We've been calling him the dental schmuck this whole time. But yeah,
I thought he came from somewhere else.
But yeah, no, I do think Josh McDaniels taking over a Raiders team that everybody thought could win this division. That this is a playoff team. There are playoff caliber talents on that team. So 1-4, yeah, unacceptable. I don't know if it's fireable right now, but
I would fire the hell out of him.
You got to have that conversation if you're the ownership group of the Raiders.
Hey, Mark Davis, if you're sitting there and old Chucky Gruden is laughing his ass off, yeah, somebody needs to get fired because that's what's happening right now. Chucky Gruden is laughing his ass off. He had a team that was cranking along. And you know who else looks pretty good?
That Rich Bisaccia.
Bisaccia, yeah, that guy. He's looking really damn good. And he's a lowly assistant somewhere else. They should have kept him around as a coach. Seemed like he had a hold on things. Some bad decisions again last night by Josh McDaniels. You're in the fourth quarter. You know how these things can go. You go for 2. Dumb.
It's dumb.
Gutsy move. No, dumb. It's really dumb.
I'm not going to say it's gutsy because this is one of the things that annoys the hell out of me. But this is not just a Josh McDaniels thing. This is a Brandon Staley thing. This is to some extent a John Harbaugh thing. We are watching analytics creep into the National Football League, and this is what we're getting. You end up in some of these situations, and the math says go for 2. And I think in some cases, especially if you think, okay, my defense is getting their ass kicked, maybe we should. But I think you took yourself out of the opportunity to win a game there that you were fighting tooth and nail in that fourth quarter to get back into. Tie the ball game.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a lot of these coaches, the math says do X, Y, and Z, and they don't use their common sense. They just follow the math.
Well, it's probably one of the metrics moments. The metrics say you should.
Oh, no, it's 100% that. It is 100% because that's what McDaniels has been doing. And I don't know if it works for you, it works for you. But the difference between you and John Harbaugh is he's got Lamar. You don't have that weapon that just does everything. So when you go for it on fourth down or you go for 2, understand that you don't have that guy that can make something out of nothing if the play goes wrong. And now you've put yourself in a position to lose, which is what happened.
Yeah, I was sitting there very happy about it because I picked the Chiefs to win. But I was unhappy at the thought that Travis Kelce might get on the field again. Oh, my God. I was sweating bullets on that thing last night. So, again, of course, everybody wants to talk about the other thing that happened, and that was when Chris Jones should never have been penalized. Chris Jones was able to strip the ball, and then if you look at the picture, and I got a picture right here, look at the flex in his arms. He's trying to not put his full body weight on Derek Carr. He went down with him, but look at his arm right there. Does that look like an arm of somebody who is laying on somebody?
It looks like he's doing a push-up.
Yeah, he was doing everything he could not to hurt Derek Carr. You know how I know? Because Derek Carr got up. That's how I know. And again, it's one of these things where when you watch it in slow motion, you're like, oh my God, that should have been no big deal. But at speed, it's a very different visceral reaction. And one of the things that the referees have been told is you got to protect these quarterbacks. And I understand that, but I think you've got to be able to take a look at it again, do a review before you go ahead and decide, because this wasn't just a sack like with the Buccaneers. This was a turnover. The Chiefs should have had that ball in their possession. And even if you want to give them a roughing the passer, should have been, okay, Chiefs have the ball because he got the ball away before the penalty. So it should be Chiefs have the ball, 15-yard penalty, so they back it up 15, but the Chiefs still have it. That's what should have happened, not wiping away the turnover and saying, well, because of roughing the quarterback, well, they get to keep the ball. No, that is not the direction of things. They screwed up.
They did. I don't understand how you make that decision, and even the call itself. You have I was listening to Dean Blandino kind of break it down, and he was like, if you don't drive the guy into the ground, he said him and his officiating crew, that wouldn't be a roughing the passer call. It just wouldn't.
Did you say Dean Blandino?
I did.
I want to drive you into the ground.
Sexiest name in sports.
That's true.
Yeah.
Does it get any sexier than Dean Blandino?
A lot, yes, very much so. So much more sexy. Yeah.
Hard to say.
I think, Derek Carr should send him a fruit basket. You know what I'm saying? Derek Carr owes his life to Chris Jones not letting his entire 300 pounds of body weight, right there. So I feel bad for Chris Jones, and I feel bad for who was it this weekend? That guy. I just feel like this is worse because he did his job. He got the ball and the sack, and it was all wiped away, and it really badly. So I think there should be review of these sorts of plays, not just saying, "Nope, done, it's over."
You said, it's easier in slow motion to see. Oh, that's not a roughing the passer. It should be reviewable because it changes the tide of games.
Right. 3 factors. 1, did the quarterback get up? Did he live? Yes. Okay, so he's not hurt. All right. 2, watch this thing in slow motion. Does it seem like there's intent? Does it seem like there's something wrong with what is happening? And 3, somebody else needs to take a look at this. Somebody from the outside needs to have an impact on the decision to call that sort of a penalty. I don't want to slow the game of football down, but all of a sudden these horrible roughing the passer calls, something's got to be done. And I think oversight from New York is a good way to go.
But do you think they'll get it right though? If they have a review, do you think they're going to get it right in New York?
Yeah, I do. Because Blandino himself said, well, my crew wouldn't have done this. The guy whoever the referee guy was for Joe Buck Yourself, whatever his name is, he said, no, that wouldn't have been for us. And so when you have a chance to see it and consider it, you're like, okay, quarterback's not dead. You can tell by the way of the motion there, it was not a painful thing because at speed, it looks different. But if there's no impact, it can go both ways. The slow motion can make something seem like it's not a big deal. That was a big deal. But you got to be able to watch it and actually know what you're looking at before you make that decision. And Tom Brady was unharmed. No, he was not. There was no roughing the passer. Derek Carr had a guy kind of land on him. It wasn't a big deal. And if you had taken a moment, watched it at speed and slowed down, like they review any play, I don't think you would have walked away with a roughing the passer. Chiefs should have had that ball right there. They damn near lost the game because of that.
And we're talking about 2 guys in Chris Jones and Grady Jarrett that, as far as I know, those 2 guys do not have a history of being dirty players.
You know what I'm going to tell you? Neither did Myles Garrett before he clocked somebody with a helmet.
Yeah, but that guy seems like he said something. I don't know that Tom Brady said anything in the moment that he was getting sacked, and they didn't actually rough the passer. That's the difference between
Myles Garrett hit a guy with a helmet. These 2 did not rough a passer.
When was it Teddy Bridgewater for the Dolphins? Is that who I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
When he went down, was there a flag thrown for roughing the passer?
I don't believe there was.
That's my point. What the hell's going on here? There's no normal line. There's no average line here.
There's no consistency.
Exactly.
Well, whatever the case, Carl Cheffers, who I call get off my porch, and Jerome Boger, who I just call Jerome Boger because he's my favorite. They both asked later, stood completely by their calls.
And the problem with them doing that is the thing that we just went through in this damn league, that for like 8 years, nobody knew what a catch was because they wouldn't define it properly. Yeah. And sometimes a guy would catch it and go to the ground and it'd be a catch. Sometimes he'd catch it and it wouldn't be a catch. And there was no consistency to it. And now it looks like they're kind of doubling down on it. And I hope we don't go through another 8 years of, well, what's a roughing the passer? Because I would hate to have that conversation every Sunday.
Moist One says, I want to die. Well, we'd prefer you didn't. So whatever the hell that's about.
He's a Mariners fan.
Oh, I see. Right, Seattle. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We got even more stuff to talk about from Monday Night Football and a bunch of other NFL stuff too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, Jada Cantor, Desert Wholesale Diamond, and my dad, Diamond Dave. Lots of people sell diamonds in Scottsdale, but no one like my dad. He really imports diamonds directly from overseas. A few people say this. He really does this. Then he wholesales them direct to you. He designs and manufactures custom rings for wholesale in his own facility, providing top quality service for the lowest price. He does this in our professional offices, giving you one-on-one attention while saving you the rent and overhead of a high-end or big box chain. He saves so much, and he'll do the same for you. Don't pay retail. Work with a 4th-generation GIA graduate, diamond importer, and get her the diamonds she wants at a price you want.
Call 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor. Or online at www.diamonddaveaz.com. That's www.diamonddaveaz.com.
Arizonans are facing big challenges these days. Rising costs at the grocery store, the gas pump, and the pharmacy. That's why Mark Kelly is doing whatever it takes in Washington to bring down costs, even when it means standing up to his own party. The son of 2 police officers, Mark grew up in a house where money was tight. He knows what it means for Arizonans when everyday items cost more. Thanks to Mark Kelly's work, Medicare will finally negotiate down prescription drug prices. Less money spent at the pharmacy means more money stays in your pocket. Mark is leading the effort to cut red tape for truckers and ease supply chain issues. And he's pushing for more domestic oil production to bring down gas prices. Because Mark knows that for a lot of people, every little bit counts right now. Senator Mark Kelly, looking out for Arizona, fighting for us.
I'm Mark Kelly, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mark Kelly for Senate.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
Football season is underway right now, so now is the perfect time to download the FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. Just sign up using my promo code Randy1580. It's that easy. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line, point spreads, player props. You can combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with the same game parlay. Live betting, you get updated odds as the game goes on. Like, let's say you got money on the LDS game, the Guardians versus the Stankies. Let's say you got it's happening right now. They're updating as it goes along. And if you see a trend you like, you can place your money down. And when you win, you get paid fast. It's all in an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. And apparently, it does not give you any extra mojo for your fantasy football team because my parlay lost big last night.
I told you,
but
I warned you about that. You just wouldn't listen.
I think there needs to be an investigation. Anyway,
There doesn't need to be an investigation. You just maybe need to listen to me every now and then.
Sign up today with your promo code Randy1580 for your no sweat first bet. Promo code Randy1580. Make every moment more this NFL season with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 or older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Or text next step to 53342 Jeffco.
Pro Dog says, ouch. As a Mariners fan, that hurt.
Yeah.
I already read that. Why is that coming up again? Uh-oh. Oh, damn it. Thunder Snow says, Donnie. Okay, why are we taunting Donnie? What does he have to be upset about? There's no Minnesota teams in this thing. Donnie says, I'm glad baseball is almost over so I can stop betting on that stupid sport. Screw you, Astros. Well, I'll tell you what, as much as I wanted the Mariners to win, I don't think I would have bet on it.
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, for the right price, Boogie, I'll sell you my phone number. Oh, he does have the 6969.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I'll broker that. I would like a percentage, please. Blissful Hayes says, I look forward to seeing how well the Arizona State Coyotes play in the Pac-12 conference this season.
Yeah. Isn't that embarrassing?
A little bit. But NHL doesn't care. Coyotes don't care because they're like, you know what? We're gonna be embarrassed for a short time, and people will forget. They'll forget, and we'll move on.
They will put it behind them. Yeah.
They're not going to win yet.
Not
right?
this season, but I mean, eventually, when people look back on it, they'll go, "Wow, isn't that crazy?"
They're not going to be a championship contender this season, but I think they will be very competitive and a lot of fun to watch.
Chief Skull says, all right, these roughing the passer calls are ridiculous. Patrick Mahomes got thrown to the ground, and there was no call for roughing the passer. And it was just as bad as Tom Brady's throw to the ground. The 2-point conversion fiasco could have been avoided if Devontae Adams wouldn't have bottled the ball on that 16-yard pass. I think he means bobbled.
I mean, it was a hell of a catch attempt. I know. I mean, yeah, you would like him to not bobble it, but I mean, the guy's trying to make sure his feet are in. That's just a tough catch for even the most elite receivers.
Yeah, if Devontae Adams ain't getting it, I'm not going to yell at anybody. It's just one of those things, right?
What the hell's going on in Las Vegas? That Devontae Adams and Renfrow run into each other on a pass pattern.
That was probably the most Raiders embarrassing thing that happened is when I think Renfrow took a left and ran right into him.
Are they not able to see each other when they're on the field to play? Is some sort of a blinder that comes down?
That's on Renfrow. 100% on Renfrow.
It's either on Renfrow. The thing is that makes it hard for me is that between Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow, those are two of the best route runners in the National Football League. You can make the strong argument that they're two of the 10 best route runners.
So good, they ran into each other.
Yeah, which shouldn't happen for two guys that are that good. So either one of them lost their mind and ended up, turning where they shouldn't, which it looks like Hunter, or the play was not designed well.
And what the hell? I know you don't like Josh McDaniel. But
I don't like Josh McDaniel.
But the guy is an experienced offensive coordinator. He is an experienced NFL guy. He's won championships, but his team looks like crap.
That man made it to the playoffs with Tim Tebow as his quarterback.
It looks like crap.
So I know there's talent there, but that is nonsense.
Raider Nation deserves better.
Yeah, that is true. I will give you that. Fire Josh McDaniels. Whistling Gerbil says defensive holding on a missed field goal. Yeah, it was a weird night, man. Ken Kitten says, speaking of head injuries, there was a brutal collision forehead to face today in Europe Champions League soccer. I don't care, but I'll finish reading it. He says the goalie knocked heads with an attacking player, broken nose, bloody face, skull hitting the field. I think both went to the hospital. One guy went in an ambulance. It was ugly. Maybe they should wear helmets.
Some goalies do. Some goalies wear that same Guardian helmet that we've seen stretched over NFL helmets.
Yeah, why not? They could probably listen to music. That's why I would do it. Just get some music in there because the ball hardly ever comes that way. Against the spread says crybaby even tried to kick the guy that sacked him. I'm so sick of these refs dictating the outcome of games based on how important quarterbacks are to the NFL. Someone not named Giselle is going to get sick of this crap and end Brady's career the old-fashioned way. Out in the cart, clean hit, bam, bye-bye.
That's how Brett Favre
well, I think that's why they're getting a divorce. Because Giselle can see it coming.
This is odd. You remember when I was complaining that their names weren't showing up next to their texts? Now they are. Not all of them, some of them.
Maybe it's just taking time.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I'll see what happens. Randy's chuckle says, hey, did that promo just say podcast of your favorite boats and hoes?
No, I don't believe so.
Well, then what did it say?
Dude, you've been watching Step Brothers again? What's going on?
No, we have nothing on this radio station or any of the many affiliates of CRC Broadcasting worldwide that would have anything that says boats and hose on it.
Yet, so far, that sounds like a stellar show.
And can you say that's a Saturday show?
Welcome to Boats and Hose. Thunder Snow says, Randy, we can bet on the LDS. What sport is that, by the way? Yeah, the Mormons. That'd be BYU, Utah Jazz.
ALDS, NLDS. National League Division Series, American League Division Series.
By the way,
not
people that were
Latter-day
doing
Saints.
the Ice Bucket Challenge for the ALCS, they actually raised some substantive money that actually has gone to some
No,
treatments.
that is just that's LA ALS. There's no C in the Ice Bucket Challenge ALS there.
Killjoy. Blissful Hayes says, I look, he says, it's obvious the NFL gives advantage to the offense in relation to penalties. It's pathetic. Teams like the Colts and Bears can't score at least one touchdown in a game. Well, that was the Colts and Broncos, but yeah. I don't think those two have anything to do with each other, to be honest. Bruno Baller says, is this thing working? Chuck, is the text line up and running? Yes, it is. It is working. Bruno Baller. Fighting Wampa says, maybe that's why Devontae Adams pushed that cameraman last night. He thought it was Renfro trying to run him over again.
Oh, no.
Let's just be honest. That was a dick move. The guy had a boom mic, and he was just, it was one of those things where you didn't have to do that. You did not have to shove the guy to the ground. I'm sure everybody has seen the video. He's walking off. He's frustrated. He's angry. This poor dude with a boom mic gets in the way. And then it happens. You just kind of you wait. You're like, all right, excuse me, whatever. But no, Devontae Adams just pushed him like the guy had said something about his mom or something, threw him to the ground, and just kept on walking. Now, later he realized, oh, what have I done? And so he went on camera and says, yeah, I haven't met the guy. I want to apologize to him. I want to try to find him and tell him I'm sorry. And blah, 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 said all the right. Sorry. Went on Twitter. Sorry to the guy I pushed over after the game. Obviously very frustrated. And here's the thing. There's this little passive aggressive thing. He won't accept responsibility. When he ran in front of me as I exited, he didn't run in front of you. He was standing there and he happened to be moving over to one side as you came in. It was just one of those things. It wasn't like he was like, well, oh, here comes Devontae Adams. I'm going to sprint in front of him with my microphone.
It did look like he moved in front of him with the mic. Yeah.
He did move in front of him, but he wasn't running in front of him. He was just already in motion. So was Devontae Adams. It was just, they met there. It wasn't that one person had the right of way. You're not on the friggin' freeway, Devontae. It's a close spot. You've got cameramen, you've got security people, you are not new at walking back through a tunnel. There's all sorts of people there.
He's new to walking back to the tunnel as a loser, though.
Not really.
Wow.
That has happened.
As a loser.
Because here's the thing. It's not just losing games. I'm talking about he's 1-4. The playoffs look like a distant land.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to see the playoffs.
Keon came out with as a loser.
Hey, I'm saying that's that is how he's acting. He's acting like someone who's never lost
as a loser. Wow.
And when he got off the field after running into Hunter Renfrow, or I guess after Hunter ran into him, he slammed his helmet into the seats that they had over there.
That's because he's not used to being a loser.
And then he walked into the tunnel, and the guy kind of blocked his path, and he was not done with that angry feeling.
Well, temper tantrum gets you suspensions and fines, and temper tantrums get you police reports filed by the guy you've knocked over. Now I don't know how I feel.
He went to the
about
hospital
that.
and filing a lawsuit and everything.
We'll talk about that when we come back.
Emotional damage.
The Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the Main Event here on 1580 The Fanatic, and we look ahead to week 6 of the NFL season. Cardinals go to Seattle and we go around the league. ASU has a bye week, but some huge college football games this weekend, and we'll get you ready for them. Major League Baseball playoffs continue, and the NHL has begun. We got your Coyotes updates and more, so join me, Stephen McCollum, on the Main Event, Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. here on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Are you seeing the telomeres here? Come here, look at the scope.
Dr. Ocasio's lab startup just discovered a gene therapy breakthrough.
The cells have already doubled.
He needs a fleet of research assistants before this breakthrough breaks them.
We need lab techs, research assistants.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose there in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And yeah, we're still sorting out this new text line, 888-368-1580. If you're a new texter within like the last week or so, your name might not be in the system, and you're going to have to let us know who you are again. For instance, 6477 says, the system must be broken. Hello, is my name in there? Can you hear me? Well, I can see your text, 6477. But unfortunately, I don't got a name for you in here. I don't know why. So let us know what your Texture nickname is, and I'll figure that out. Pinisher says they called offensive pass interference after that shove by Adams, by the way.
You mean on the boom mic guy or whatever it was?
Yeah. Another call for the Chiefs. King Kitten says, when you put your hands on someone else in a physical manner, that by definition of the law is an assault. There's, listen, there's a letter of the law and the spirit of the law. And in some situations, you're not going to get all bent out of shape about it. Now, I gotta be honest. I saw when he pushed the guy, and I was like, oh man, what was he going to get in trouble for that? It didn't seem like he actually hurt the guy. I think that this guy who got shoved down to the ground went and filed a police report. I was transported to the hospital. Come on, man. Somebody sees dollar signs. And now, remember that episode of the Brady Bunch? The guy had that thing around his neck. And he's like, oh, that accident. I'm so hurt. And then they dropped the briefcase and he went, what? And the judge says, dismissed. That's this guy. I feel like that's this guy.
Well, I mean, right or wrong. I mean, still, the guy's he's a credentialed member of the media is what everybody keeps saying. The guy's out there doing his job. He wasn't probably paying attention, Davante Adams walking off the field, which that might come up in the court case. The guy should be more aware of his surroundings instead of, running across the exit there. And
there's not even a case for that, Randy, because even if you've worked in these sorts of situations.
Oh, yeah.
You got your boom mic. You see a guy coming. You're like, okay, I've got time. I can go. He was wrong. I got time. I can get across.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus God, this guy's not figuring. And even then, he'd probably like, he'll wait a second for me to get out of the way.
Exactly what I was about to say.
And he was trying to get out of the way.
Exactly what I was trying to say, what I was about to say. This guy was not standing there. He wasn't meandering. He was moving,
challenging him.
He was moving with intent to move out of the way. So, yeah, I don't know. And by the way, I think Davante Adams, with all that money he's got, I think he'll be okay. I don't think it's going to hurt too bad.
It's not going to be fun for him, but he'll be all right.
He'll make it back in the following year.
I just think that he's obviously frustrated and mad, and I just think that that's probably time for us to look at that and go, you do have to control your emotions.
Complete total classless move on his part.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And he's not someone known to be that way. And I'm just saying you've got to control your emotions better. I was mad is not a really good excuse.
Well, and just like that coordinator that tore up the press box, that was up there, that threw his papers around, was beating on the desk because
he didn't hurt nobody.
Well, but still, I mean, that's the kind of accepted. What am I trying to say?
Reaction. It's just
right. So we're playing professional sports. And something doesn't happen that we agree with, and so we're going to throw stuff all over the press box. That's not acceptable either.
I kind of feel the same way about Draymond Green. It's like, Jordan Poole was talking, and it is known around NBA circles. Jordan Poole does like to just flap his gums.
Yeah,
but a guy hauls off and knocks you unconscious, and he's your teammate.
What did he say?
Oh, I want to know. Don't you want to know?
I want to know what he said, but you guys are teammates. And Draymond, their relationship is Draymond is the big brother. Jordan Poole is the little brother.
Yeah,
and as a big brother myself, my younger brother said things that, man, I wanted to kill them, but I would never haul off and knock them out.
I've had teammates I played ball with in high school. There's a great example. In high school, we were playing ball together. We were together, this group that we played ball together through high school. We were together, 4 or 5 years before that, coming up through Little League and stuff. So we all knew each other well. And there were times when a couple of the guys on the team rubbed each other. They said the wrong thing.
Sure.
And there were a few hands thrown in incidents like that, but we handled it inside the locker room. And the unfortunate thing with today's, social media is you don't have that space anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that, like the offensive lineman just the other day that was arguing with his coach on the sideline. I've seen that go on 100 times in my playing days. Jeffrey, I'm sure you've seen it. There's some
sure.
problems that go on. It's just all the people with the cameras out there.
You don't do that sort of thing in front of anybody but the team.
Oh, exactly.
You take care of that. You never show that.
Well, it's like
outside.
Draymond.
Draymond didn't. Draymond did it inside in some bastard league.
Yeah, I'd sure like to know what he was said to him for him to react that way.
I want to know, but like maybe it wasn't that bad because I'm looking at I've seen the video probably more times than I probably should have, but I'm looking at the reactions of the players around, and nobody reacted like Jordan said anything out of line. Draymond was the only person that decided that was out of line.
And maybe Draymond took offense at it. He knows he shouldn't have. Maybe that's why he's taking the time off, a mental health break or whatever you want to call it, to get his head back on straight. But I've seen that stuff go on before.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jeffrey has. I'm sure
Absolutely.
you have.
Yeah, I mean, I played pickup basketball and argued with just about every guy on my team at some point in my life. I mean, you're with people eventually. That stuff's going to bubble over.
But
I just think when you go and haul off and like knock a guy out, that I think you crossed the line there. And I was mad.
No.
Same thing with Devontae. It's not an excuse to me. It's like
no, it's not.
Devontae Adams, there's no excuse for that. I'm sorry. You just don't take out your frustrations on some bystander that just happens to cross your path. Sorry, that's wrong.
Heavy Metal Maniacs, I see you. That was the guy who was saying the system's broken. Couldn't see his name. Now I can see you. So yes, thank you. It's not broken no more. It's just weird. Baker's Cocky Hen says, if it's soccer and heads don't end up on stakes, we don't care.
You said the magic phrase.
Don't
soccer.
Don't give the soccer hooligans in Europe any ideas.
I ain't worried about it. Let's see. Oh, damn it. Now here's the problem. I click on things and I can't tell who's who. Random texter says, on the Raiders collision play, Renfro was forced to the outside by the defender, and Alvin Adams was slowed up on his route by the defender, causing that collision. Well, also, come on, man. Watch where you're going. If you're supposed to be kind of turning that way anyways, thinking about the ball, maybe as you turn your head and you see somebody there, make an adjustment. Why were they running in such a close line? I mean, unless that's a design play, but wow. Yeah, it's all in Renfro, if you ask me. Let's see. Pinocchio says, when dude was called for roughing the passer, wasn't he then the ball carrier?
Yeah.
And Carr was tackling him?
Yes.
Technically, yeah. Boomer Sooner says, crap, my phone's blowing up. Can I sue you for exposing my number to billions of people? I never gave the first 6 digits. I only said 6969. So there's an awful lot of 6969s out there. You have the secret of what yours is. Against the Spread says boats and hose was invented by the original Minnesota Vikings. They used to have these cruises many years ago, and it wasn't from Minnesota. It was, yeah.
Oh, man. Fred Smoot, he was involved. Oh, I remember that story.
Straight to Rage says Roger Goodell called the game day representative that got pushed over and made sure he filed lawsuit charges. This is the way they can continue to keep the Raiders in the cellar. Thank you, Straight to Rage.
I think the Raiders are doing a pretty good job of that themselves.
Yeah, they need help. They got Josh McDaniels to do that. Chief Skull says, is Devontae Adams' shove $100,000 bad behavior fine? Yeah, I don't know what they fine for that sort of thing, but it's going to be hefty.
I'm sure he'll negotiate with the NFLPA and the NFL get together and negotiate.
Yeah, there's always a conversation.
Well, I don't think they're going to let him negotiate because the guy wasn't a woman.
That's a good point.
Yet.
Yeah. Well, wait till he gets
that
paid.
We know of.
Big George says, this is text for Big George of Carlsbad, California, formerly Gilbert, Arizona.
Oh, goodness.
Devontae Adams wantonly and recklessly pushed that guy down instead of trying to get out of the way. The boom mic guy has a good case. Devontae Adams is guilty. Next case, please.
Wow.
Yeah, first off, you're not.
That guy's not hurt, though.
The judge. And second, I'm pretty sure. Listen, Devontae Adams is 100% wrong. I'm not saying anything other than that.
And if that guy presses charges, he's guilty.
He's playing it up though. That guy is playing it up for.
Oh, he's got a
This is about the lawsuit, and he didn't get hurt. So I don't.
Can I be honest? Your job is carrying around a microphone and pointing at stuff. I don't think your life has gone the way you thought it would. So, yeah, of course you're going to go for the big payday. Of course you're going to go running at that dollar bill. Remember the guy in the fishing outfit with the dollar bill? Too
late.
Yeah,
too slow.
Of course you're going to go for the easy money on that. Listen, if that had been me, I don't know if I'd been like, oh, I went to the hospital. Pretty good chance you're going to get a nice little chunk of money no matter what. You want to press charges, press charges. You want to say, yeah, that was not cool, not right. You're going to be fine. But now you've cheapened it by like, oh my head. Nobody believes you.
I just don't know if I could do that. You know, Jeffrey, I don't know if I could do that.
Be a boom mic operator? No, I don't have the attention
I've been
span.
a boom mic. I've been a boom mic guy. I mean, if the guy pushes me over, like, I don't know if I could just press charges against him.
I get up and take him down. Come on, Javante, let's do this.
Yeah, did you see the size of that guy? Come on.
Well, I'd wait till he was further down the tunnel. But after I got up,
oh, you want to go, huh?
Yeah, you better keep walking. Oh God, he's coming back.
Grab my boom mic, get the hell out of here.
You just pretended to flex, and I think you had more muscle than that guy does. So
that's a good point. Moist One says there were a couple times when the players and the team rubbed each other. Is there any way I can try out to be on that team?
Excuse me?
Yeah, I think he's referring to somebody else's text.
The New York Giants are that way, Most One.
Whistling Gerbil says, in a hostile environment, a random guy comes out of nowhere, right into your face. You're going to push him out of the way. He apologized immediately, multiple times. You guys are acting like he intended to hurt a boom mic guy.
He didn't intend to.
Did you see the video, Whistling Gerbil? It was just a thing where it was a tantrum reaction. Stupid. Like having a tantrum as he walks by and he pushes the guy. So no, random guy didn't come out of nowhere right in his face. It wasn't quite like that. And he's used to walking through those crowded areas as he tries to get back to the people are reaching down for a high five. The security guys are standing there. Reporters are standing there. This boom mic guy was where he was supposed to be. Unfortunately, it was almost like saying, I'm supposed to be in the hallway at CRC Broadcasting. Keon is supposed to be in the hallway at CRC Broadcasting. One of us could come around a corner, going from one place to another and go, oh, excuse me. No, sorry about that. But I'm not going to sit there and go, boom.
You just shove
Keon came out of nowhere, and I'm going to shove him down. Come on,
and look, I don't think Davante really meant to do it, and I'm sure he's actually sorry. It doesn't matter. That's reckless and wrong.
Yeah.
Whistling Gerbil says, no, there's another angle. He was. Okay, so do me a favor. Can you find me on the Twitter and let me see that other angle, or email it to blender@1580thefanatic.com. That you text the link or whatever, it's not going to work here. So you got to email that to me. So I will consider what you're saying, Whistling Gerbil, but so far, I don't feel like there's a way that he wins this one. Let's see. Is this working yet? Says 3324. Yeah.
When you say Davante apologized immediately, you mean immediately when there were cameras in his face?
Yeah.
Because he didn't apologize to the guy on the ground.
He didn't come back and say, oh, dude, I'm sorry. He waited till he had a moment to go, oh, God, what have I done? And then he said
he was fully showered and dressed and ready to leave.
Somebody probably had to come to him and say, hey, Davante, you're trending. Oh, damn.
Okay,
Boogie,
I found the second angle, and I think it looks worse. Because the camera,
can you
the
send
boom,
that to me?
Will do. It's
tweet it, please.
Yeah, the boom mic guy is not in his face. Actually, the other angle makes the boom mic guy look closer. He's not that close. You know, it wasn't like he was up in his face.
I'm looking at the side angle. So you're saying
there's
another
an angle that's kind of behind Davante's shoulder a little bit.
Yeah, Whistling Gerbil. I think you and I are looking at the same angle. And I disagree. Okay, where was I? Boogie says, I know you guys have a couple of days before you do your picks, but I'm just curious. Who do you guys have on Sunday? Colts or Jaguars? Oh, God, is that who we're playing?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
God, way to bring the show down, Boogie.
Boy, Boogie. Wow.
Baker's Cocky Hens says the podcast has an old show where you gave out the first three of your phone number, Jeffrey. The first three? What old show? Wait, and what were those three? I don't believe you.
Were the first three an area code? Because that doesn't.
Yeah, a lot of 602s or 480s or 623s around here, man. Good Cat says, you think Adams is now regretting leaving Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers?
You better believe he is.
Yes. Whistling Gerbil gives a thumbs up, so I guess we'll see from him. Harry Soap says, Devontae ran into two guys in a matter of 10 minutes. He had a bad night. Bala 51 says, these are professional sports played at the highest level. Emotions run high and reactions are real. We can't expect these athletes to always react or behave perfectly. Well, you know what, though? Perfectly, no. But in interacting with people who are half your size, yeah, listen, you can't just say, oh, yeah, tempers are flaring. Yeah, this is not that. This is an assault.
I could totally understand if he shoved another player. That guy had no way to defend himself. Okay, that there's just emotions run high again is not an excuse for acting recklessly. That's the reason why when you kill somebody with your car while driving, if you're driving too fast, even though you didn't do it on purpose, you can still go to jail.
Yeah, Bala 51 says, and don't give me the BS line about the kids and these guys are role models. That's a crock. I'd rather see real life reactions than fake scripted nonsense like Kyler Murray's response. Okay, well, we're just all over the road here, Bala 51. But
so, Jeffrey,
yeah,
you have a home game this week.
I don't care. I don't want to talk about it.
And
Please
coming
don't.
to play you.
Why? Why do you want to talk about this? I don't want to talk about it.
Don't want me to say it? I just checked, and it's true.
Yeah, I believed. I never didn't believe.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's any solace to you,
I've already lost to them.
2-3 Cardinals are heading up to the 2-3 Seattle Sea Chickens.
I feel like the Colts should win this time, but what do I know? I know nothing. I know nothing about my Colts. So they beat the Chiefs. They can't beat the Texans or the Jaguars. What am I supposed to know? I don't know.
On the plus side, not in prime time.
I feel like, the first time, if you're the worst you should do is split with the Jaguars. I very well may pick the Colts. Don't know yet. Don't want to talk about it. Not happy. Wish we were playing anybody else.
Wow.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, pretty sure the boom mic guy said the same thing that Devontae Adams that Poole said to Draymond. If only we knew what that was.
He was holding a boom mic. Hopefully we got something.
Did Jordan Poole have a boom mic?
I wish.
Or are you happy to see me? All right. Don't even know what that means. Just weird. Randy's Chuckle says, resending prediction for September 7th. Jags, 8 wins. Lions and Commanders will have 6. Yeah, okay. I don't care. Stupid Colts.
Football is dumb.
Bruno Baller says, oh, look at that. Robbie Ray, former Diamondback, blew the game for the Mariners. Yeah, we already covered that ground, buddy. Mr. Pringle says, my fantasy football team finally won a home game, which is more than the Cardinals have since when? Yeah, when is the last home game the Cardinals have won?
Last season, I believe.
Case the Cook says, 587 Keebler Fudge Stripe. No, you're Kiss the Cook. Don't try that. Don't even try to change your text nickname. I'll look stuff up. He says decontamination Adams can join the Spice Girls and be Baby Pout. What? I would have said that was kind of a funny dig, but then he says, oh no, Devontae. Like his spell check made Devontae decontamination. Today's Tuesday. Usually Wednesday's the weird show.
It's full moon. It's full moon.
Yeah. Is it really today?
Yeah, I believe it's full moon today.
All righty. Let's take a break and come back and talk some more NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NFL Week 6, the Cardinals at the Seahawks Sunday afternoon. Arizona, a 3-point road favorite, 51.5 the total. MLB divisional playoffs underway today. In the National League, the Braves minus 200 money line against the Phillies at plus 170 this afternoon, 7 the total. Padres plus 180 at the Dodgers at minus 220, the over-under 7. In the American League, the Astros minus 215 against the Mariners at plus 175, total 6.5. And the Guardians plus 180 at the Yankees at minus 220, the over-under 7. Red Hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwiners.com. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
Arizonans are facing big challenges these days. Rising costs at the grocery store, the gas pump, and the pharmacy. That's why Mark Kelly is doing whatever it takes in Washington to bring down costs, even when it means standing up to his own party. The son of 2 police officers, Mark grew up in a house where money was tight. He knows what it means for Arizonans when everyday items cost more. Thanks to Mark Kelly's work, Medicare will finally negotiate down prescription drug prices. Less money spent at the pharmacy means more money stays in your pocket. Mark is leading the effort to cut red tape for truckers and ease supply chain issues. And he's pushing for more domestic oil production to bring down gas prices. Because Mark knows that for a lot of people, every little bit counts right now. Senator Mark Kelly, looking out for Arizona, fighting for us.
I'm Mark Kelly, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mark Kelly for Senate.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ENERGY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ENERGY to 321-321. That's ENERGY to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs. Protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Fire up the band. It's time to play ball. We're serving up the best matchups on the college gridiron.
Touchdown! What a catch!
The power conferences, the biggest games, your favorite teams.
Under pressure, and he goes down.
Get all the action live on your home for football in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, I think we've probably talked more than enough about Thursday night football, except for one last thing. Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman and Joe Buck both had some uncomfortable moments last night. So Troy Aikman is watching the whole mess, the roughing the passer thing, and this is what he says. My hope is the competition committee looks at this next set of meetings and, we take the dresses off.
Yeah, not great wording.
What he meant was
poor wording.
Yeah, he's trying to make it like, well, pull your skirt up, Nancy. Let's get this thing going. Trying to say we become weak and woman-like, and it's like, oh, that's about 30 years late on the comment like
I
that,
think
my
it
friend.
was more, we become weak, not so much a slam against women.
No, it's not
Yeah,
intended to
but
be, but that's
not a good thing.
that's how it's going to get taken, because when you say take the dresses off, you are referring to the weakness of women. That's the only connotation that can be made there. I know that that's not what he meant, but choose your words better. You're a broadcaster and you're the face of the NFL on that night.
He's no broadcaster.
That's true.
He's a well-concussed former quarterback.
I mean,
Well,
unfortunately, when they shove a microphone in his face and he communicates broadly with most of America, he is also a broadcaster in that action, and you can't say that.
Yeah, and listen, Troy Aikman is such a dope that this will be forgotten pretty quickly. People will say, "Hey, caveman," we don't say that kind of crap no more, and then everybody will just sort of move on. But yeah, a lot of people are going to echo the sentiment of Randy White when it says, my hope is the competition committee looks at this next set of meetings and, we stop bubble wrapping football, and we stop treating the game like it's flag football. Like we stop, acting like, a bunch of wusses out there and play the game the way it's supposed to be. Hard hitting. We mean business. Someone's going home with a broken leg, a broken head, or a broken arm or something, and we're going to play damn football.
Just in the time I have been on this show, we have talked about this multiple times without saying what Troy Aikman said.
Yeah.
You could just say they're making the game soft and just be done.
You know that he's probably thinking, he's like, well, what should I have said? Because he's Troy Aikman. He ain't bright. So
what he
like,
should have said was something like I always say: when are we going to put some flags on these quarterbacks? And so we already can't touch them.
Yeah. Hey, come on, Susie. I mean, no, that's probably not going to work.
Do that.
Just a sweating Troy Aikman on TV as he digs the hole deeper and deeper. I can see it.
So he should dig a hole deeper and deeper. That way, Joe Buck would look tall when he stood next to him.
Oh man!
Last night it was Joe Buck's got to be one of the most insecure human beings in the face of the earth. He's repeatedly admitted to being addicted to hair plugs, and now he pulls off his shoes and says, "Yeah, I got to wear 2-inch lifts to stand next to Troy Aikman." And he says, "People don't realize when they see me out in the street, they're like, oh my God, you're tall." He's like, "I'm 6'1", but because the Troy Aikman is 6'4", I got to wear these lifts today." Wait a minute. First off, if you're standing next to him and he's 6'4", he still has a lot of inches on you. And if you're wearing the 2-inch lifts, I did the math. Joe Buck, you're 5'10". You're 5'11". You're doing the Kyler Murray math over there. If you're trying to tell us you're 6'1", you are not 6'1" in real life, because there is more than 3 inches difference between the top of your head and the top of Troy Aikman's head, and you're wearing 2-inch lifts. So if you take the 2 inches down, he's 5 inches taller than you. 5 inches taller means you're 5'11" at best, Joe Buck.
Is it worth it?
Just get him the Apple box and have him stand there.
You should have gotten taller plugs, so you'd be
have him stand on the box next.
Well, the plugs nearly ruined his forehead, so maybe
whatever you have done to try to elongate your cranium, it ain't doing it. It ain't doing it. You are not 6'1". That is a lie too big to be left alone. I'm sorry. You are not 6'1".
Good
You're
news.
taller than Kyler Murray, but you're not 6'1".
Good news for you, Jeffco.
Yeah, what's that?
It's top of 3, 1-0 Guardians.
Don't get my hopes up.
And they are threatening. They have 2 guys on, and they've got I think it's just 1 out. So got a man on second and third.
It's a good sign that Jose Ramirez is hitting the ball, though.
And they're hitting Garrett Cole, and their leadoff guy hit a bomb.
I'm not getting excited because the Mariners were up pretty damn good on the Astros. And
it's a long game. Don't get me wrong, but I wanted to make you happy, bud.
Yeah, it's a little something, but 2887 says, glad to hear the text line is back up and running. Got to make sure you close the door at night so those snipes don't get in there and wreak havoc on the text cables. And by the way, the game should be played the way it was intended, with leather helmets. That'd be cool.
You think you have a concussion issue now?
I don't know how cool that would be. I mean, because it's not going to be just quarterbacks. Everyone's going to be stumbling around out there, and Yeah.
2887. Your name is not popping up on the thing, so you're gonna have to let me know who you are so I can make sure your information is in there correctly. Boogie says, wussification of football. Stop trying to turn it into flag football. This isn't two-hand touch. There's too many options. Troy Aikman sucked as a quarterback, and he sucks as a broadcaster. And let me just say, Joe Burrow is right. Joe Burrow's right. We signed up for this knowing we can get a concussion, we can break a leg, and I support that. If that is what you signed up for and you know that's what you want to do, by God, do it. But we should try technologically to find ways to make it safer. And if we see you get hurt, we should be doing more to help you not kill yourself for the sport we all love. Because if that happens, if things don't improve, they are going to turn into flag football. That's all I'm saying.
When I hear, the media say it's a better game when the stars are on the field, and we have to do everything we can to protect the stars. This goes this whole concern business that I keep hearing from the commissioner and all these people surrounding football. It has nothing to do with the protection of the player. It has everything to do with keeping the ratings up.
Yeah, that I was actually just about to say that, and I will build on your point.
I did not mean to steal your thunder, Keon.
No,
you stole his thoughts out of his brain.
Well,
it's not Randy's fault. He's a psychic. So money is the driving factor here.
Is it psychic or psycho?
Somebody tweeted or texted in about the wussification of football. It's not about wussification. It's about cash. You make more money in a game that's got Aaron Rodgers healthy than a game that's got Jordan Love. That's just a fact. But do you think the Cowboys like having Cooper Rush out there? They're okay that he's winning, but Cooper Rush isn't a star. Nobody wants to see Cooper Rush on prime time. I mean, you'll take it because they're winning right now, but if they're the 26th ranked offense with Cooper Rush, okay? This is about money. You want Tom Brady out there, and I don't think that that's necessarily good because they don't protect anybody else like that. I think Taylor Heineke, who stuck a microphone in his face, I have no idea, but he was like, oh yeah, I'm not getting that call. We all know it. They're only protecting the stars. That I wish that they would at least be more even about that and be a little bit more subtle about that, but they're not.
Kiss the Cook says, I think all of you texting line problems today might have been caused by them damn Russian hackers.
It could be.
I'm willing to blame them. I don't mind that at all. Hefty Lefty, I've got you there. Thank you. Blissful Hayes says, will new Panthers interim head coach Steve Wilkes win more games with Carolina than he won as the head coach of the Cardinals? That's a tough one. Can't say. He's got one win, not under his belt, but at least they have a win.
Might take a look at the schedule here.
He doesn't have his first line quarterback or his second line quarterback. He's got PJ Carlesimo or whatever the hell the guy's name is.
PJ Walker.
There he is from one of the spinoff leagues. Who's going to be playing football for him this weekend?
I feel bad for Steve Wilkes.
The defense is in shambles. Christian McCaffrey is the only thing they have, and the other teams have stopped him. They have no passing game.
They play the Rams next.
And the Rams are going to be pissed.
It's not a good Rams team, but they're still better than the Panthers. They play the Buccaneers after that. They play Atlanta, who I think is legitimately better than them.
Oh, yeah.
Then they get Baltimore, Denver, who in week 12 might have had some time to sort some stuff out, maybe.
Might win that game, maybe.
And then, week 13, they've got the bye week. I'm not sure they're winning that one. Seattle, that's not you can't pencil that in as a win anymore. Pittsburgh, maybe. Detroit, that's not a penciled in win. Then they get Tampa again and end the season with New Orleans. I don't know how many games Steve Wilkes is going to win, especially if he has to go out there with PJ Walker, who, good.
Yeah,
in the,
he's
XFL,
lucky if he gets two more wins, to be honest. Bala 51 says we all need to take a page out of old Troy's playbook and take our dresses off already. Your words are just words, man. You can't take it. That's your problem. Actions are all that matter. Yeah, okay. Bala 51, you have to understand. We are drifting into a different time. That doesn't mean the sentiment has to change. It's just, maybe we don't use women as our baseline of weakness. Maybe we can find something else, that we can use that with. Because I like that my wife touches me in certain places. And if I talk like that, it ain't going to happen. That's my motivation. Don't care what yours is.
And the NFL's motivation ought to be women watch this sport. And if you have a guy up there broadcasting, comparing women to the very concept of weakness itself, they're not going to want to watch the sport. And guess who controls when the little kids play football? Oh, it's the moms.
Mama.
So maybe don't piss off the women that are watching the game.
Boogie says the wussification of football is about money. It keeps players on the field. They don't do it because they want to legitimately protect players. That's exactly what Keon just said. Bala 51, thank you for that. Baker's Cocky Hen says Garrett Cole gives up a solo dinger to Stevan Kwan. Down with the Yankees.
Yeah. Yeah, but the inning they just got out of the inning. They had a chance to score a couple of more runs. Couldn't get it done. So it's still 1-0 Cleveland.
Good Cat says, so that weird animal rights group that supported the Monday Night Football field stormer is calling Bobby Wagner's hit a blatant assault, and that asshat has filed charges. Yeah, we talked about that a while ago. Is that like the burglar filing charges against the homeowner after getting hit by a bat? Yeah, it kind of feels like that, doesn't it? It does feel like that. They're going to say, oh, you didn't have to do that. No, I did. I really did. And everybody else enjoyed it.
Well, that's the thing is when you got somebody we don't know what your intents are, you get what you get.
King Kitten says, all my pants have shrunk. It's Taco Tuesday.
Come on. Taco Tuesday.
You know what? Bala 51 makes a good point. He says, there are plenty of dudes that wear dresses these days as well. It wasn't just singling out women, just girly girls.
And well, if the dude is wearing a dress, what makes you think that person's weak? It still doesn't hold water to me. You don't have to compare people to the very concept of weakness because we have words that describe that.
Yeah, say that crap about me if I'm wearing my kilt. You know what I'm saying? Blissful Hayes says, is that PJ Walker, Texas Ranger?
No.
It's Carolina Rangers, so it's not the same thing. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We've got On This Date in Big Georgia's sports history and more of the Daily Blender. It's 1580, The Fanatic.
Arizonans are facing big challenges these days. Rising costs at the grocery store, the gas pump, and the pharmacy. That's why Mark Kelly is doing whatever it takes in Washington to bring down costs, even when it means standing up to his own party. The son of 2 police officers, Mark grew up in a house where money was tight. He knows what it means for Arizonans when everyday items cost more. Thanks to Mark Kelly's work, Medicare will finally negotiate down prescription drug prices. Less money spent at the pharmacy means more money stays in your pocket. Mark is leading the effort to cut red tape for truckers and ease supply chain issues. And he's pushing for more domestic oil production to bring down gas prices. Because Mark knows that for a lot of people, every little bit counts right now. Senator Mark Kelly, looking out for Arizona, fighting for us.
I'm Mark Kelly, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mark Kelly for Senate.
Every day, I bet your floors have shoe grime and pet grime and invisible grime.
Invisible grime?
Yep, the kind of grime that you only notice when you look at your socks.
Ew.
So get Swiffer Sweeper Wet, the cleaning power of a mop with the convenience of a wipe. Sweeper heavy-duty wet pads come prepped with a cleaning solution that traps and locks dirt and grime deep inside the pad, even dirt and grime you can't see, for the clean floors you want, anytime you want it. Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty wet pads.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
The new Google Pixel 7 Pro is super, especially when it's on Verizon, the network America relies on. It's supercharged, super powered, and a super
deal.
You know it. Now, switch to Verizon and get the Google Pixel 7 Pro on us with select trade-ins and select 5G unlimited plans.
That really is super.
Yep, there's never been a better time to switch to Verizon. $899.99 device payment purchase with new smartphone line on select 5G unlimited plans required. $200 Verizon e-gift card with Ported. Less $700 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. 0% APR. Trade-in conditions and additional terms apply.
Before becoming a professional announcer, I took the announcer oath, which forbids me from misleading listeners.
Just wrap your heads around the reality of that.
That means I speak the truth when I say you can listen to us on your smart speaker. Just say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Baseball is played on a diamond, in a park, the baseball park.
Football is played on a gridiron in a stadium, sometimes called Soldier Field or War Memorial Stadium.
Baseball begins in the spring, the season of new life.
Football begins in the fall when everything is dying. In football, you wear a helmet.
In baseball, you wear a cap.
Football is concerned with downs. What down is it?
Baseball is concerned with ups. Who's up? Are you up? I'm not up. He's up.
In football, you receive a penalty.
In baseball, you make an error. Whoops.
Football has hitting, clipping, spearing, blocking, piling on, late hitting, unnecessary roughness, and personal fouls.
Baseball has the sacrifice.
Football is played in any kind of weather. Rain, sleet, snow, hail, mud. Can't read the numbers on the field, can't read the yard markers, can't read the players' numbers. The struggle will continue.
In baseball, if it rains, we don't come out to play. Out to play. It's raining out.
In football, the object is for the quarterback, otherwise known as the field general, to be on target with his aerial assault, riddling the defense by hitting his receivers with deadly accuracy, in spite of the blitz, even if he has to use the shotgun. With short bullet passes and long bombs, he marches his troops into enemy territory, balancing this aerial assault with a sustained ground attack which punches holes in the forward wall of the enemy's defensive line.
In baseball, the object is to go home and to be safe. I hope I'll be safe at home. Safe at home.
That is the great George Carlin on this day in Big George's sports history back in the year 1975. First host of Saturday Night Live, and that was the bit he did in that opening monologue. So I thought that was a better way of doing on this date in Big George's sports history by actually giving you the history for your ear hole.
Yeah.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. 888-368-1580, Bala 51, enjoying that. What a great bit from one of the legends of comedy. Swazman says, hey, at least 10 to 12 teams have a real chance to win here in Arizona, at the Super Bowl. And probably just against the Cardinals. Kiss the Cook says, I'm with you, Jeffrey. I love my wife touching me, especially when she rubs my head.
Excuse me?
Is she checking you to see if your ears have some illegal substances
Foreign
on them?
substance on him?
Yeah. Showalter's like, we got to check out Kiss the Cook's ears. You can tell there's something there. Big George says, Randy, it's raining outside right now, and there are thunderstorms here in Carlsbad.
Huh.
What? Well, that's really not our
yeah. Can't help you there, Big George.
You're on your own, George. The Cause says, weakness is women. It's infrastructure. You play like a country bridge. What?
I'm not sure that I follow. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Maybe you meant county bridge. Those seem weak. I don't know, a country bridge. You know, like an old wooden country bridge. I don't know. Hey, listen, let's talk about a few more football things here before we end this broadcast and go back and think about our lives. The Giants-Packers game, they're like, oh my God, this was the most watched London game ever. Yeah, because you had a team on there somebody wanted to see, the Packers. You haven't had any real good teams go to London except for this. And the Giants had been doing pretty good. So you thought, okay, this is probably a good game, but really you wanted to see if Aaron Rodgers would show up high on Awashkushka or whatever the hell it is he likes to drink in his tea, and whether or not the Giants would be competitive. So, and they were.
And there were some British Giants fans, which is a weird sentence I wish I didn't have to say. They were outside the stadium singing this song about how Packers fans could take the cheese and shove it up their ass. There were more words there, but that was the gist of it. And yeah, they were singing it. I think the British might like football.
Yeah, I think you're right. And one of the funny things is you see that wide shot and they pull out and you see more people and they're like, oh, look at all those Packers jerseys. And there's one guy sitting there looking sad in a Colts jersey. I'm not even kidding.
At
like,
least,
what are you doing, man?
At least the Colts have one.
He brought the one NFL jersey he had to the one NFL game he was going to see this year.
I think a lot might like to say a little bit of blue. Hey, look at that right there. Matches my panties. Swuzman says, I saw George Carlin at Celebrity Theater here in Phoenix back in the day. Great R-rated comedy.
Yeah.
Were you there when they filmed the HBO special? Because that's where they did it that a long time ago. So anyways, yes, it was the most watched London game ever. And that right there has now caused Roger Goodell, he drinks and he forgets himself. And it depends on, plus or minus Jeff Bezos sitting next to him. Oh, he got liquored up high that night. Listen to Bezos in your ear all night. But Roger Goodell is hinting at a 4-team European division.
How would that work?
I know.
The jet lag would be ridiculous. The logistics
sense.
would be insane. To have one of those teams, I don't even know how you would schedule that. That doesn't make any sense.
It would be almost like they'd have to go on tour. They'd have to go to the United States for the away games, right? So they'd be here, and probably you'd have have them go here, then there, then there, then there, like 4 away games in a row. Go back, play some home games, come back, play some. I guess that's the only way I can think of doing it is if you scheduled it in a way they were in the United States for like an entire month, went back,
and then played all their division games at once. That does, it's silly. That's silly. Nobody does that.
But guess what? We thought it was silly when they're like, hey, guess what? We're going to go play an NFL game in London.
It's still silly. The best London game ever, that's not a high bar to clear compared to the other games that we watch.
No.
I mean,
here's what he says. He says, we're trying to sort of see, could you have multiple locations in Europe where you could have an NFL franchise? Because it would be easier as a division. All right, so how do you do this? 4 new teams in the NFL, or are some of the teams that are here that are underperforming moving there? It's got to be 4 new teams in a 36-team league at that point, right?
I would imagine, yeah.
It would have to be.
And you got the London League. Is that what it is? Because it won't be just London. It'll be Europe. It'll be the European League because
they're playing some games
Germany,
in Germany.
England, a couple of places. You might as well throw in like a loop, Belgium, just to screw with you people. Just to screw with people. The Belgium, kind of like everybody looks at the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's Belgium. I don't know. Ireland doesn't care for a team. They're like, just leave us to drink in peace, please. Paris, they're too. See, I'm trying not to get into Troy Aikman trouble.
They're too stuck up.
They're too wimpy. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? May as well. It's not us that has to get on the plane, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you knew this was coming, though, right? I mean, you knew this was going to happen.
I
right?
mean, they've been ramping us up for this forever. They started with just the Jaguars, and then we had 2 games, and now we've got 3 games, and now we got 4 games in London. So, yeah, we knew this is where they were trying to go, but it's still silly. And until the scientists make a teleportation device, I don't see how this works.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is a new texter or their name hasn't populated yet, but 4818 says, then change the name from the National Football League then. Yeah,
true.
It's a good point.
The International Football League, right?
You would just be the FL. See, that's
you
getting weird.
IFL.
Yeah, there's somebody tried that. That sounds horrible. That sounds like an incomplete pass.
And isn't the IFL the Indoor Football League? Isn't that already
that's
taken?
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh boy, I don't know what to tell you. But good point, 4818. And if you're a new texter, let me know so I don't worry about who you might have been. Yeah, are you an existing texter, or he says his texter nickname is The Lock? Did we have somebody named
Yes,
The Lock?
we've had The Lock before. Yes.
Brother, that means that when we exported all our names, they didn't all make it. I'm sorry, buddy. I'll type you in. Guys, we're going to have to assume that this is going to happen occasionally. So please be patient as we try to figure this garbage out. Sorry. 888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says, the Rhine Fire. That was a cool team name back in the day.
One of the NFL Europe teams.
Yeah.
The Rhine Fire. Okay, I got you.
And Hefty Lefty says the Brits have incredible songs when they're ripping on the other teams or the refs. Went to a Fulham game when I was over there, and the amount of ripping on the officials was hilarious. I counted 4 different songs they sang just to make fun of the ref. We could learn a lot from them. That sounds fun, rather than people just yelling, "Ref, you suck." It's effective, but the song would be better.
Yeah, I don't know exactly if the Phoenix Rising have this. I know when I was doing play-by-play for soccer in Chattanooga,
oh my God, are you we need to get him some counseling.
Yeah, stat.
I did what I had to do. Chattanooga FC, they had this song that they would sing whenever the refs got a call wrong, and it was absolutely hilarious.
I'm guessing many of the words you cannot repeat.
Almost all of them, actually.
Oh, really?
It's because they tried to keep it family friendly. They're not exactly like the British. The British do not care. Once the refs have crossed the line, you're going to get the words you're getting. That's
you're getting murdered. In some of them soccer games, at least in the southern hemisphere. Hefty Lefty says a catchy one was "You stupid orange git." The ref's a piece of bleep.
Oh, that is funny.
NFL says Boogie would keep their name. It's about branding. That's why the Big Ten is still the Big Ten. There's too much branding and money and value behind the name. Just call them the NFL. Nancy's Football League. No, sorry, Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman. I'm sorry. I apologize.
If you put 4 teams in Europe, are there going to be 2 NFC and 2 AFC teams? They can't be one division.
It's a good point. That's a good point.
Because then they'd be in one conference. And so one conference would have 4 more teams than the rest of the other conferences. Or the one other conference.
You're right, Keon, which means we now need 4 teams in South America.
Oh. Do we really?
And I am from South America. Let's be those guys. Let's put a couple teams in Canada just to piss them off.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
6132 says, will there be riots after all the games in Europe?
Probably.
I hope so. I mean, Hey, by the way, 6132, your name did not show up either. So if you've got a text or nickname, please let me know. Kiss the Cook says, Jeff Bezos, next Phoenix Suns owner? Please tell me you did not just see that somewhere. Is that trending? Good God. I hope not. Randy Chuckle says, the bad NFL teams could be relegated to NFL Europe. Lions, Colts, etc. But you have a point there. That could be like the relegated area. Oh, man. You don't get to actually play in the playoffs or something? Shut up. Blissful Hayes says, I just put $500 on the new European NFL team against the Colts. Okay, Blissful Hayes. That's fine.
Oh, that was
all right.
That's Blissful Hayes is back at it again.
Oh my God.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, no, Jeff Bezos.
I can't argue.
Has popped up.
Did he really?
It's Shaq specifically was interested in buying the Suns, which I don't even know if Shaq has the money for that.
Shaq does not have the money.
No. But then he saw Bezos' name pop up and he said he would be interested in joining Jeff Bezos.
Sure. Why not that? But Shaq can't figure out how to fill a tank of gas. He's not going to have the money for an NFL team.
He has surprising business acumen. Just
somebody working for him does.
Just not driving a car.
Let's see. Rough Rob says, if the British like football, let the NFL send them the Detroit Lions. Oh, yeah, we could send them all the crap teams, but it's not the point. This is one of those things that we just don't have any control over. It's happening. And I'm kidding about South America, but watch. We're playing games in Mexico.
Yeah. Is this the third Mexico game we've ever done that we're doing this year? I mean, yeah, they're trying to expand this thing everywhere.
Another texter whose name has not popped up, 5693, says, what does it mean to Aikman? Does that mean talking for hours and saying nothing interesting? Most days, yes. But right now it's about misogynistic comments. That's what that is.
And he himself does that.
Let's see. Funny. Somebody, well, only a Star Trek fan would appreciate that, but they put Bezos up there, and he doesn't look like Bezos. He looks like those big bald guys with the veiny heads from the menagerie.
The Ferengi.
No. From old Star Trek. Young nerd.
Young nerd. Hey.
Harley's Hammer is back. There you go, buddy. Thank you for that. I appreciate you setting me up with your texture nickname. Boogie says, no, Shaq has a lot of money. He owns a lot. Just don't know if he has that much money. I'll tell you what, get Charles Barkley to chip in some money, get Shaq money, get a bunch of these guys together with Jeff Bezos. They both played for the Phoenix Suns. Why not? I think that'd be a kick, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And they'd want to win.
It would be spectacular.
We have no more time for show. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Go into Ben Bridge and ask to speak to a bridge. They aren't there. Shane Company.